This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
I hear Boadu TV. Yamamu nyina kwa ba famra so busia. Eko asefo ho akwadwa mu. Glory wusu ho akwadwa mu. E wan podiem. Chese po Yandoh. Hey. Sankofo nyina ho akwadwa mu nsem bi o makeka. Glory wusu de Kevin tell aye no. Na Kevin say ono oye card bearer member of NPP. Ope debate Kennedy Brana Champon Kwabene Japan Bawumia ena your friend is saying yaw edutum send pa 5 na omo gina na ya to omo so abama ba kwa flag bearer no ope debate opese ohu nipa na adwemu wo fom Kevin Taylor opese ohu nipa na adwemu wo fom pa na NPA scandal no serious o odobia sika chese obia ho asem we details no leak information nyina
Yandoh Bawumia mano amano in 2024 no jina stage the court abrem jina so na bregam ohia debate jo mahamamra mano amano na esiso na ne bema siso gan echen bazooka Yandoh ne court abrem no pe debate na wa chire economy nimu na wa chire sikasem mu na wa chire senia na adwene da ne tim obetumi abo Ghana ho ban in 2024 na mano amano Yandoh Bawumia na ne kwoti abrem na esiso na all point gaga and snitch ne kwoti don na Bawumia kwoti don siso ohia mahama amano man to man debate 2024 na esiso na Bawumia na kwoti don ni siso na ope debate adentina na ope debate na opese ochire Ghana for the obetumi aye de woni trim adwene a owa obi ni bi and the snitch Kobina Japan say ohia man amano debate omunyina mra e national television so Kobina Japan so be masiso de kwoti don wa sore ayila lao la ilaha illallah bismillahir rahmanir Kobina Japan so ne kwoti asore ono so mano amano o se Yandoh Bawumia o di adwojo bi di agina so o di adwojo ne di agina so etima wo di aso nyina so ope debate enye debate o party headquarters so Kobina Japan the snitch so ope debate mu nyina from country to a fake soldier all the way to a fake businessman all the way to a gogome o se mu nyina momra na ono ejina so me say sa akwara pedimoja dodo anase koto opedimoja dodo a ye di nsuo ye di frasudi ne di afrem and this is reasonable. This statement from Kobina Japan, I expect Kennedy Japan, I expect mano amano, I expect Kentry, I expect fake soldier man. I want all of these people to accept this challenge, especially mano amano. Ye pese mu nyina mu ye debate on national television so ni ye tie de we Jimmy pa. Enye do nim nyansa o. We are demanding for a debate. Someone ye debate per Bawumia statement in 2024. Time na ne court don gina so. Wanom edutumu abetesa na ne court don gina so na offer debate no. If Yandoh Bawumia mano amano I refuse wa accept debate that or some what ase say sansem no kan na e dam na ye no. The NPP Yandoh Bawumia's campaign team must study Oman who say they have decided not to comment on debate. Na some say Bawumia ne nim nyansa o party nim. Mo say Bawumia e na ben. Mo say Bawumia ne nim economy. Bawumia na enyansa ni wo NPP mu a mu wie mu de power ama no. Adentina you are shielding Bawumia from debating Kobina Japan. Why are you people shielding Bawumia from debating Kennedy Japan? Me Kenya Nkopon wasro. Kennedy Japan is intelligent than Bawumia. Mo pa mu be debate. As much as Kennedy we Jimmy no eba MPP campaign debater Oniminyansa chen Bawumia. None of you guys qualified to be the president of Ghana. I have said it from Kennedy to Bawumia to Kennedy. Obia Niminyansa obetwe Ghana so. But a Jimmy for crazy you would do Niminyansa kakra with Jimmy for them. And I can tell you on authority, mano a mano, Kennedy Japan, Bawumia cannot stand Kennedy Japan when it comes to debate. And if you have studied the conversation, Ushepa, Mahamudu Bawumia followers, they have deliberately decided not to speak on debate. All the MPs, all the members of parliament, the former members of parliament, all the constituency, all of them, nobody has been bold enough to say, Mahamudu Bawumia needs to meet all these people and show the Krachi powers. Ono na kwati abrem ne hu. Ya pesi de hu ne de pesi hu de ne kwati don gina so. Ya pesi hu de ne kwati don gina so de oya bema na adwene ye adwuma. Enti this is a challenge Kobne Japan atwama mo amaka no for no, especially Bawumia, because Bawumia has been somebody every single day on the economy, on the Ghana, and your mammy emblem no Ghana na say no ni mo hwe on the atiasie. This is the time for Bawumia to prove himself to Ghanaians and say, Ghana na essay na enye on fault. This is the time for Bawumia to prove to NPP for they are saying they are not going to vote for him because he's a liar and not an economist and he's a fake politician. He needs to prove himself to Ghana former NPP for that he is the man they should follow. Right now, followers of Kennedy Japan, from tomorrow, you need to start the debate conversation. Followers of Kennedy Japan, from tomorrow, you need to push the debate conversation. Followers of Country, from tomorrow, you need to push the debate conversation. Country, followers of Country, Obia followers and push the debate. Some person will expose Mahamudu Bawumia. Me say all of you should push. Ochina, bude mojiminti, monko TikTok. Mumudu do armont min kinkan chronti. TikTok na mope MPP for because majority momuntu min chro. Muntu min type it. Into the piano, voice note, any TikTok. Mojiminti monko TikTok, monko go me monitor ochina. Munyina mon start ye pe debate. Kennedy call for mon force for a debate. In fact, I expect Kennedy Japan to respond to a debate. I was saying Kennedy Japan to me to me so no be a debate, because when me tell me second is with Jimmy. Me so ni nyanso bet my debates papa bia unproven ho nkyere me. I know Kennedy is not intelligent to lead anybody. Bawumia is not intelligent to lead anybody. The 5 candidates are all foolish. I want to see among the foolish men who is the most wisest in the foolish men. I want the Kennedy followers to start this conversation. Mo person mo prove which say mo candidate say Kennedy Japan and the followers. Mo start debate conversation about Bawumia for so mo penia. Ghana for be the difference between Kennedy and Bawumia. Me say Bawumia call for Kennedy abodam. Bawumia followers the moment they get any opportunity to speak, no mu di Kennedy atem so abodam. Sa small boy ya lawyer nkutajine ya sebi obat ashawo ni transfer so ne ho bebe sa botwe boy na ne ho fun yi okotena radio so asantebe mu e ka kire wuntumi e ka kire eye Kennedy se Kennedy abodam. Sa lawyer nkutajine small boy ya broken heart kwa menya so wenya bi Jimmy for 19 a oja adwonso yi Senegal 92 wan hwe bi Mali 96 se wan hwe bi Sa small boy ya your friend say botwe se de na kwase small boy ya okotena radio se Kennedy abodam. All because of internal elections. Now, the Kennedy Japan followers should prove to us some candidate in Bodam, more candidate in Nyansa Bawumia. You people need to start the debate conversation. We need a debate. Come let Japan aka or say ohian debate. Na debate no ohian or them ohian or national television so because when come let Japan so we di konkonsa che or started the NPP konkonsa we dia so person be the president mun person mo be gina tum. This is the time where person prove which say konkonsa na we di no fa so. So if a snitch comes out of the snitch box to tell you people that he wants to debate, then the snitch has something behind his inside his sleeves. Inti se konkonsa ni naba, se snitch naba. No say mumbre debate on national television. I don't expect any of you guys to say no. It's more we are so loud on social media now. We want you people to be loud on debate. Makachiremo, the followers of Bawumia, they know Bawumia bomb. They know Bawumia is empty. They know Bawumia is a joker. They know Bawumia is a liar. Na sankwasi afom ti social media editing call for atem obi a obebusa Bawumia question bia nobody do atem no. Why are they not pushing the debate agenda? Debate. And the debate about Mo amudi Bawumia chididin call for atem on social media who are non-entities. I'm not going to mention your name on my big platform, and you know yourselves, termites of political jaundice boys and girls. We want you people to be bold enough to make statements on your pages. Because I know, my imagine some mobile di NPP ni bia tem, all because Bawumia medi flag bearer and tiasie. Into omuhu fin amugu Facebook. Bawumia. We want you people. We want you people to start the conversation. Come Japan say ono de aguro nie ntokwanie mo 5 ni na mo mra. Enti Kennedy nkofo no. Ochina TikTok Friday. Debate day ochina. We want you people all to come together and let the NPP understand. In fact, Kennedy Japan should come out and accept a debate challenge. I want Kennedy Japan to make a statement tomorrow. Any platform you are better say, why obey interview Kennedy? Be a catcher say, Mr. Kennedy, Kennedy Japan the snitch say he wants a debate on national television. Obey and answer when When you get the opportunity to interview Kennedy Japan, more bloggers, more radio station for anybody who gets the opportunity. And Kennedy or China Saoje Mike, say your campaigner, prove to Omamutie say you are ready to debate Bawumia to prove to Ghana for say Unimunyansa channel. You are ready to debate Bawumia to prove to Ghana for say Ghana na ya tutia MPP no and fault. You are ready to debate Bawumia to let him know say so your economist anka sampa anka wo Kennedy nka wo lose ska. You are ready to debate Bawumia or Kennedy because you want to prove to Ghana for say he is not the right person for Ghana to hand over our economy to and to lead the NPP. Ochina, the presidential aspirants in the NPP, we want to hear everybody accept this challenge. And I believe in the Kennedy Japan supporters. They be almost a Kennedy abodam. Akorakora when people ma no any opportunity to speak. Almost a Kennedy abodam. Bodam ni bi kra when people mo odi Bawumia chia onye opportunity to speak Kennedy abodam. Now this is the time to prove say Kennedy na abodam na Bawumia na abodam. Now mano amano ye pese ye hwe say Kennedy wa bodam anasa Bawumia mum na abodam. Enti the Kennedy Japan supporters they need to understand say debate we e duly gadochi e was said debate we ebaso. And the Kennedy supporters need to prove to Ghana for say, omo candidate no, send Bawumia supporters ekas wabodam no. They need to prove to Ghana for say Kennedy is not crazy. Because a Kennedy Japan and Jan Tumsobe debate against Bawumia and the other ones, then it means Kennedy indeed, the Bawumia for ekas wabodam. They true. He wants to hide it. So Kennedy, this is a challenge for him to prove to Ghana for say, onya bodam for. It is the ball is in your court. Come Japan, ede mano amano naba. Enti ye twen mo Bawumia fo. Ye twen mo Bawumia fo. Mo amoba Facebook no didi obi atem. Bawumia nim nyansa chen Yesu yate. Bawumia de ye hu ne so politician yate. Bawumia de MPP no obi anim nyansa chen yate. Ye se Bawumia mfa ne kote don me kyerkyere mu. Ye se mo Bawumia no, moma mano amano. Moma Bawumia ne mfa ne kote don be gina TV so no on kyerkyere mu nkyere ye. Ye pese ye hu de kote abrem. Ye pe de kote don mu odin. Mo je se ye twen mo. Ye pese ye nyina ye hwe. I am a card-bearing member of the NPP. Tiebiem. I am a card-bearing member of the NPP. And I want this debate to happen on national television. Hey, Bawumia nkwara we pa NPP o mo jimi o. Small boy team betina radios o Kennedy open top. Adan a o te sadi na ye bie so. Asama Bawumia nkwara ka che Kennedy Japan no. And the time in do. Se Kennedy o open top and also a convertible ye behwe. Kennedy say oye watchman and also oye gate man and also oye watchman and also oye gate man ye behu. So you open top and also oye convertible ye behu. Obi a watchman dia we Jimmy. So obi a security dia oye okay. Ya be say who say Kennedy oye open top and also oye convertible. Mo sorry na ma betina TV so. Oh Kennedy Japan. ke Japan abodam or you pin top ye bi aniti so de Bawumia nkwara de bia edamano na moka mudi obi papa tem mudi obi papa tem all because Kennedy say or person challenge Bawumia mutumi bia ma no ka che Kennedy say ono ye open top ye bi anitiri so abodam na sa small boy we a botchi small boy also a lawyer. Now this boy to me better radios. Hey, politics pa, Mrs. Sa boy need to better radio so. Now asefwa okumasi. Okotina radio so ka say. Entafo no mo asantimemu no mo to abama NDC no. Omo tutia NPP no. Omo reasons no eye pathetic. Just say just say osi asefwa o. Just say NPP for asefwa ya oye MP. Okotina radio so asantimemu. Eka chere no say ade a omo asantefo ye ma entafo no omo tutia NPP no okobutse omo so say adenti na omo tutia NPP a o say omo reasons no omo de man na a pathetic reason
e didn't buy and still you people did not vote for him. You kind and sometimes one of the reasons of the Bamano is pathetic. And sometimes one of the reasons of the Bamano is pathetic.
Yasemi obi na no aka. O the presidential candidate akọ constituency. Unya so much vote echen presidential candidate no. Na ubusa inkremofo ana zongofo no mo won say adenti na odi omunua ba omanto ama no. Unwo so mogimi ana. Ana unwo so mo nwene. Inti oye nkremoni ana so oye teni inti. I was says zongo ni bia uhunu zongo no sebi owejimi nti oso toma Bawumia ono asantini on tiase nti on tiase say ono enya vote che the presidential candidate na ade nti na zongo fo no omunua na wabodama na say sa boy we to no omu zongo fo no to be able to think for themselves omu zongo fo no constituency say omu ni nyansa to even reason for themselves say it does not matter ni pano. So we are looking at who can help us. Sa asefo we hu zongo fo so magimi en hwasemi okae o see omututia Bawumia wie no ono ko zongo fo ko bunsa adenti na mututia munua na o see answers no de man e pathetic etan nyansa nim say boys we omuntafo sa nkwasiafo boys we did you respect intafo as antimemu obuzongo fo so magimi e say o ka kire me say napo ye call menhia ne constituency na napo enya 100% na wako ka kire eye asantefo no mugu menhia na napo eye MP won say adenti na manto ama napo every say oya asantini na omo ema reason obeso che say omo ya asantefo nko ade napo agimi cross omo toma no. Now what kind of analogy is this? When an MP in a constituency Otumikas and the constituency no answer some of the man for the reason why they decided to independently make a decision that will favor them and their future. No, it is pathetic. That word, or say Santa for the zongo for no to about sa consume and kwasiafo. Because one, they cannot reason for themselves. They were supposed to reason the way he reasons. And why didn't they reason the way he reasons? Because Jimmy. And what's not radio so kind of otafo wo bunkremofo mo nyina so magimi ontias ye say ade na nkremofo ha mututi Bawumia intini tirimu no unkremoni amantoma Bawumia no you give me a reason it is stupid. Hey, I was zongo for ochina omo press conference ka say hey now zongo for mpenifo imam for mpenifo mo otafo impenifo a omo wo otafo a omo ye nkremofo zongo for ugizo me nkwasiafo. O small boy any politics na abanti na yejimi a otu egu echi I say yetete ton e wotafo oto a egu echi wo asefua eto a egu echi ka wo kodivu anke anyem wo eko asefua eto a egu echi anka kodivu na wona na kodivu afo kura anka ya chi wanyem kwasia ya to abama. We give a whole presidential candidate waba na wenya aba achensa presidential candidate na. Are you not surprised? Say presidential candidate, are you not shocked? Say, Onya Papa, can't you see what you were selling was full of shit? The candidate you were selling wasn't a candidate who was appealing. Zongo for no muti zongo no entafo no mote wono omo nya nkwasiafo enti wu se entafo agimi nti wodi odwan ba na o hye batakari e hye jalabia o yetani nti o so toma no onye kwasia o busa nipa na nyanse da ne tirim emmoa nipa na betumi di aboa no nti aye den na MPT ko tena radio say the answer they will give you is pathetic
no e wo se esua hu nyansa.
Sometimes entafo ni reason on mema adekudi nto mutie otiti Bawumia no e pathetic na e wo so mo sa sua hu nyansa. Hey, you see, na Mahama ono ofriko. Mahama no nyetani. Ana Mahama onyetani biem. Mahama of Barcelona. Mahama of Nicaragua. Mahama so etani. Adentina zongo for no constituency to Mahama. Now what better radio so catch them say omu reasons na pathetic. No mun also musua hu nyansa. Na o sa ko back mazongo for na ato ama wo kwase ampanyiwe. Eto a egu wechi. Anka oti ya musukuru a anka ya nyemo. Politics na yefo asanteman na yemu nipa ni bi yembu ntafo ntira. Yeni asantefo ni bi yebu ntafo so omagimi ntira. Ubie wa no as a member of parliament. O catch your constituency say reasons until one to our candidate. About the two candidates were coming from the north. Yes, so be otizongo bi na inkremuni. The two candidates were all northerners. So if your people decide to vote for you, a nigger with an ass like you, and decide to vote for John Mahama, then it means o candidate on your candidate or ya appealing, omo hu nimposo ye inkremuni, omo hu ni so oya munafiki. Now when you more time. Now, if they have a reason, a solid reason, na mpenifo ne nkwara kosa light ejine wiem ato ama John Mahama o ka chom say omu reasons ne pathetic nyansa nim na omu nsua nyansa mfrim o ya santini nti ohu tani o constituency o ya boa o ya santini ba entafo nkwasiafo ya ohu omu sa na omu ade to ma o e parliament sa zongofo na wo so omu nim nyansa, their reasons are pathetic no. Sa zongofo esebi omu na omu ne omu nananom omu from nananom free dem eso omu nsa ekoto abama wo ekosefua and out na radio so oti akrate air condition mu uji sika ehwe obusua edibi di ma asa betena Kumasi radio aka kire omu say omu reasons omu de toma wo a oma oberi MP a omu nyansa etuti Bawumia no omu reasons no nyansa nim e pathetic e time na omu nsua nyansa mfrim wo ye kwasia we ye kwasia pi onnim nyansa na teni ana zongo ni bi obesa ko sala ya to abama no ko ran na sebio odidi eye isa musem sumechi no ko ran ni ndi ni ye because asema waka seti omo nananom waka seti omo ma wabu omo nyansa nim tia say omo reasons ni pathetic na omo mutina Kumase etina santimemu etoma awo no omo reasons ni pathetic. Asantefo no mutina santimemu eto abama Bawumia no omo reasons anya pathetic on sa omo so a omo ya asantefo na omo te Bawumia omo te Kumasi omo toma Bawumia a oyeteni no omo reasons anya pathetic na yede na asantini ba etoma nkremoni omo reasons anya pathetic but nkremoni na ohun sa Bawumia nka no kura otuti ano no sa nkremoni no ni reasons anya pathetic wo anka okurubu so anka bu ebebu no zongo fo no mubu ade omu bumra omu ji kebi mami kebi ndi asem wo kan Nigeria ka bu ebebu no asem we uko bie wa no eko kan no Nigeria say omu reasons for voting for John Mahama and voting against Bawumia na pathetic come twa sikan ekun and we sit in Ghana na yes so nkwasi asem we so small boy o me see hwe eto egu nachi owo Cote d'Ivoire anase anka owo Malaysia anka ya nyemu no dadada eto a egu de chi ode nam Kumase esa de kopem ma eto a ebobo de chi so ofre no ho bema wo hwe eto a ebobo akora we chi a ofre no ho se bema me se anka onam eye Malaysia anka owo a anka ya chi no anyemu no. Mr. S, what is that? Asefo Jimmy too much. Asefo ya John with dinkremufo ne zongofo mo ayede otafo atemankasa. Boy we also ko pacho. I was said the young and the older omo the constituency omo yankremufo no they need to rise up against this boy. Enimtiana doso do. NPP for enimtiana doso. ateni na dɔso nipa mu yiyi mu no asantefo no mu bi aye too much ase yenya mu den me nuanom asantefo no bi aden na mo yesa enyiyi mu ne too much enyiyi mu na ma party ya say yo mo da ho opposition eyiyi mu sentafo adwene nkremofo adwene omde tuti aba obi e pathetic. Hey, what you say? Mr. S, get me the reason for pathetic. Get me the definition of pathetic. Na me reading na me cheche mu nche nkremofo na say. Do you know what pathetic means? Me person me read it exactly. Na afi me cheche mu dwom ema omom koto abama wa udi omatem no. They will know asema will catch them say. Do you know the meaning of pathetic? Say obi akoto aba. Mr. S, let me just read this one. This one is easy. Let me place this on this. Hey, boy, we pa utumi ko gina o constituency ka kire omo to aba ema eti aba Bawumia say omo ye zongofo na aba no mo to ye no omo reasons ne pathetic. Hey. Boy, we pa Mamenchro. Besides, I have this one. This is the reason. This is the meaning of pathetic. Say, opesa otiasia any word no use any. Pathetic. Definition from Oxford Languages. 1. Arousing. Pity. Just say, ayani mobo. Ayerade nyankopon. Or say reasons that mama ya modi tuti aba Bawumia ewo ono ni constituency wo zongo no. Pathetic no or say arousing. Pity. Especially through vulnerability or sadness. You can be a vulnerable out here. Or say reasons na modema esa motuma eye mututi aba Bawumia no. Reasons are mwankasa no aseche say mobo ema mo ho ye mobo. Esa ema mo ho te say mwankasa no munim mo left from right. Mo vulnerable. Munim sidia mo dwenema mo ho. You are vulnerable. The vulnerability and I say mobo sadness. Just say reasons that more man no adikudie tia mututi aba Bawumia no. Just say ewurade jankopon. Are you serious? And this guy will be working again tomorrow in your constituency. Obesa ko zongo penyini ho, obeko zongo fo nkora na say monto aba ma me na memba mu MP. Hwe weda o use ma mu mpenifo eni zongo fo. Pathetic. That's the meaning. Arousing, pity, especially through vulnerability or sadness. Oh, who must say mobo? Moye say mobro. Or see reason I'm mobile no. Mobro. Sadness, vulnerability or mobro. They say the boy does not even respect the constituents. Some of the dictionaries, definition of the man said miserably inadequate. You can say pathetic, miserably inadequate, or very low standard. That's the meaning of pathetic. Miserably inadequate or very low standard. Reasons some of the man or who say my general form on one constituency tafu. Erade. I'm so disappointed, Hey, Ghana pa at this point, Boys will move. These boys don't respect you guys. Some boys ready to me among they don't respect you. Even constituency amoto abamano or some we a low standard. Miserably inadequate. Hey, or say reasons are more man on a pathetic reason. You need to learn from it. I catch them. I don't know who Ghana for na mutie NPP for am to show was NPP for. We know best Oto Abama NPP no. Abibie we. Na ye party abakasem. Nipa na nimu enyam. Hwe ni ti se koto. Nipa na ni koto ye de abo anwam. Ase koto ye de abo kuba anwam. Ti ase koto ye de abo kuba anwam. Na yakofa comedian abetena ho. na Ghana ni ani abre e pass me tie party way na last me te say enkofo ka eyi trouble MP no lady ni din your friend say Mr. what's that lady's name? The trouble MP Gloria Owusu. Yes, na ni kunu na ye Ekufuado driver. Na ni kunu so pe parliament aba. Na yes ya kan budget we na nkofo na Gloria Owusu kasa owen. Mr. Get me her face. Gloria Owusu. And I answer the friend. Maybe I don't have it here. I think I have it here. You see, we are trouble for MP. Me chamo NPP no. You see, we parliament budget. Na queen. Na Ghana for any air respond. We or your government property. We or your government property. Senka enkukon kitingiti ya women from equity inspectors. Equity quality inspector anka enkukon kitingiti na start women no mchishe nkusu ya. We only a government property buying there. We might say buying 4 bars STC. I don't know why people spend time on where you see we are 7 comfort we are a government property. A buying job we government property. Or they say CTC STC. Obiatina so we no call their basis. So they don't contribute anything. In parliament, she doesn't have that intelligence to sit in parliament, look at a document, analyze and say, we are such a saying, a better than a bomb constitution. On Tiasie trouble. Na omoyi we. Mr. We equity inspector, equity quality inspector. En kokon keten start ya yepen ko fuma kwachi shenkusuya. We mo. We se kwachi shenkusuya. Tubako 2 we pia 2 na yet Ghana say MP. Now you wasted time. Now we equity quality inspector. Or kusuya. We Malaysian or kusuya. Or you are buying property. And I don't know why we waste our time, spend so much time on government property. Dia penny idea. Now what trouble now when I to Obama, Miami we sombra parliament. Now we see after parliament, already budget, finance minister. Now we see the contributioner. And it's account to my unimeta de kabanquin echo parliament now share the chanke ye keto ye to abanema bankuta. They are weak-minded. And your party no nipo mudi echire no, they are all weak-minded. Omuna JB Danko from the foolish masses. Go and listen to JB Danko's interview with the BBC reporter. Or say the foolish masses are always with us because they know the kind of people who enjoy following the NPP. Nanka party about opposition. Now, Akofo say for Yandoh TV City Radio so kwa. No Akofo we say or your member of parliament or be debate making substantive statement issues for us to say hey yema opportunity we or your government property. We anko aban cantina anke chikele wule wom. These are not people we have to waste so much time. Or your equity quality inspector. En kokon ketenketene Ghana baby we mu no mchihye nkosua ko Malaysia kohwe na otenam Ghana se MP na ye jai bibia ye also we also obey submission against and the submission against budget. Me say what the 200 Ghana ebon ntuma na ochichere na oyiman so nkodwom obeboka. And these are the what I'm trying to say is the NPP, the standard, it's been lowered to the point to say you don't be attractive or party. You don't see anybody. So we sit here, and because the party is a mule party, no, because the people who follow the party, no, they don't read. Musa Dankwa and research or say do what majority in conform the NPP no, do GSS Penomo school. The mentality of the NPP. Jimmy, Jimmy. You see, it is something that you had to build a party. No? When you enter a zoo, Obia a zoo candidate. So it's difficult for any of the people or the animals in the zoo to tell you, say, yeah, they are near Guha. That's how. Say, Ushia MPP near or yeah, akwara or ye penyini, their level of thinking is the same. The way they argue, the way they want to make sense. It is like ultimately like
I have witnessed so many things and I have so many evidence to witness, to show. That's what I said. Once I say, see and believe.
Now we a young man who is to say makoto snap, Holland snap. We could two about trinsa. Na uchemni you kuma ponchi. Namasheshe. You trash trophy egu table so. Na odisika koto snap se me could two about with trinsa. Na which are namono. I confirm good table so. Aponchi good table so ya ye otwen binim kwan ema supeku ene akrantie didem na wotwem se mekoto snap akogu wetri e de akoma ne busua se ma ware. What in the mentality? What mentality den trim? How come si de okoba mu aduane edi? So how come si waboni patu okura mfa no ho? How come si ejimi mfa no ho? You see, ya de wo omo inner monkey no. When you take your time and you listen to them, that is where you see the genesis of their inner monkey. The NPP has some inner monkey there. So when you're smarter, you need to sit back and analyze Nkwara in 24 Embrewa. You will see it. And this is exactly what I've been talking about for the past 8 to 9 years. The inner monkey will always expose them. What the reasons into Odidi Haukum's Nechi? What would the reason tia Odidi NPP? Na call your Onimni Fie. Enya de obekomi amene duane edi. It is how come si we be botuo. Obekwa cabinet minister, ewie sika ese ofankoye dam. Obedi nkwasi asem wo Ghana, na onfa mpuntu bi ama. Okona how come si fidi ni se aboa ba. She is fine. Into omo fidi omo se nkraman. And it jebi dan ko catch say they are the foolish masses because they cannot think beyond omo their inner monkey no. So it is always there. The inner monkey is there. The inner monkey is there. So be to say Salah Mustafa, the inner monkey is there. Look at somebody like Salah Cow. The inner monkey is there. So be to say Nanabi. They all have their inner monkeys. You can see. Look at these people. They always exhibit the highest form of inner monkeyism. The inner monkeyism, you see, the way they reason. So when you would say, okay, I say, maybe you call by election war kumewu. Apketesie bi ana ote pragem. I can never dear. I don't mean support NPP. Where Jimmy, the inner monkey. And the inner monkey, you always need to take your time. You will get it. And that is what they are exhibiting. It is what to say, government property way, your real budget, not government property way, kasa. We don't have to waste our time on government property that does not even know how much it's worth. We only see a work of bars, some difference in him. And we need to get serious as a people. NPP na omutimuno Salah Cows ne dosu Salah ninchini bebre. And Ghanaians, I'm happy we have gotten to that point where we are beginning to see, we are realizing it now. And there's one thing I met the Ekufuado. He came to show us the inner monkey of the NPP. You see, the NPP inner monkey, it was hidden. It was one of their most top secrets. It took us a long time to know where the inner monkey was until Ekufuado came to lead this country, lead the party. That is when we all realized the inner monkey. Now then obi be the party in him. Now for 8 years, or the akunyanam, eshe otama kunyano the sika wemu, otama kunyano the CV18. Now omunyina say it is good. They are monkeys. The inner monkeyism. It's you see, say yebede Ekufuado ase. See yebe pane chawa danasia. Na because he was able to, at the end of the day, bring out the inner monkey in the NPP. And sometimes, ebia masem na asana mekana ene ya. Look, sit back, just analyze. Yenta obi. And every time I tell Ghana for, right now, we are seeing the difference between inner monkeyism and people who are ready to work. Okay? Today they are doing debate in parliament. And I'm a boy. Look at NPP for no. Almost free power in 1 year. These were the same inner monkeys who exhibited the highest form of inner monkeyism. When they were in power, they told us Ekufuado quarantine jet. Nitiwo. Why ni simu jirese tema highway kachire say it is top secret, national security interest into Ekufuado kwa champagne, I rent jet 18,000 euros an hour. No, it is okay. Oh, and then the top pie, Jimmy, Ojina Parliament. We don't understand. We don't understand. Move free power and do 1 year. One name on the Ghana ha. We were with you. We witnessed every single thing. Kojo Ponkroma or to Brofuche will be a promotion at two. And Ojina we should check our conversation and that we should not politicize, we should not be too political. Kojo Ponkroma Jina Parliament. Some mad people were on social media talking about Papano. Kojo Ponkroma and the question being or the Parliament or Parliament. Papano. Such a filthy young man who does not have any morals. Thinking he was doing that to please the Kufuado. Mekajam said, Nana Dankwe Kufuado, he came to expose the inner monkeys in people like Kojo Ponkroma, people like Nitiwo, people like Obiti say Samuel Abujinapo. This foolish boy who is not older than me opened our forest and told his party people to enter our virgin forest and do what? Mine. Kwasia went to parliament, she suit. Our Cambodian Kabodi Timutuo. And we sit in Ghana and we allow these monkeys exhibiting their monkeyism. And we think it's less than a year. In conform with free power and do 1 year. Suddenly they are in parliament. These are the things I talk about every single day. They have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for the Ghanaian. They think, say, Jimmy, and they think we forget easily. Intende, omunyina koti jinaso of parliament. We be anu be ne zeb na ne koti jinaso. Mena minimu nyansa. Kojo Ponkroma, okwa anu be ne zeb na ne koti jinaso. Do you understand? We don't understand. The budget, multaka, nitiwo, nu be ne zeb na ne koti siso. Just say, muna mukoti wa. Ye Jimmy. And then the munyamanu Viagra. You have turned down your zips, your flaps, and your dicks are pointing that you are honey. Muna muhuaba, muna mukoti jinaso, intientiemu. Anamu just say abotamo. And these people, sometimes when I sit and I watch them, these people look like they're on heat. When you go to parliament, you see what they are doing. 8 years, we saw what you people did. Kojo Ponkroma, Ekufuado to be kasa. Ni nyina yetie brofo no ade achi okaje se Ekufuado we Jimmy one na be kire brofo no akire. We sat in this country with these young boys. They supported every nonsense. Etina parliament. But today, these foolish boys are telling us to say, suddenly they are the most intelligent people. Today, when you talk about Kenoforiata, Kenoforiata, said, tell me why Kenoforiata should not come to Ghana and face trial. Now, yantam to me, Mamo, your role model, you boys, you Kojo Ponkroma, Samuel Abujinapo, Nitewo, you these crackheads. Your role model is Kenoforiata. As we speak today, you people are still using Kenoforiata as an example. So we should hand over Ghana to you. Now you people, sometimes you forget yourselves. Somebody nipan edilinana. You are displaying your inner monkeys in parliament. What are you trying to do? Huh? Anytime can you say, me say meda Ekufuado asa na meda na say oma yehu inner monkey. And the Kojo Ponkroma is an economist. Suddenly, Kojo Ponkroma is an economist. Onim economy ni nyina bibia onim etikese ade area adwea epepo no onim economy ni mu nyina. Into NPP for low-minded, low-voltage in thinking individuals. Oh, Mr. Jimmy. These are people no serious country would take serious. This Kojo Ponkroma and the likes debating. Look at somebody like look at Takrade MP no. Akwana or say Takrade for omu yenre no. Your friend is saying Kobi Ochredako. Kobi Ochredako. Kobi Ochredako catch Takrade for young people on a demonstration. Time on more power say Oma say Adre Krakru Kobi Ochredako. Nenia say I san kotre ni gu ho Kobi Ochredako. Wa num wi e Takrade nyina. Na ho saman na no nsuo jibi o 2020 elections akwa ekofa soldiers be boat tuo e na ochinchim Grace ayensuo nsa Kobi Ochredako galamse sika sinika mu ne driver di dwane ye Kwasi awagina parliament kire say I me takrade na mefi meto dokun 7 cities. Hwenenim city square. And these are people who don't think. These are crazy boys and girls. They're not smart. They're not intelligent. Suddenly a refi bibia. It's been less than a year. Sometimes na mu refi mu say motina power na endru 1 year. Murefi mu say mu free power no endru 1 year. Endru 1 year. But you people are behaving as if say mu free power in 8 years. Endru 1 year. Messias, do you have that Kobe Ochedakon Ojina Parliament say I takrade people can say monya mo market mo keke. Ekufo de kwasi ampenyi be ye statue. Ni patetia statue utwema na esa block you. Kobe Ochedakon jimi we. And the parliament. Otuminu we are not the parliament, not such a dark. Otuminu we not such a spec or she dark. I just say Odina obo or the Michael Jackson on a instruments, Michael Jackson. I really way. Despicable deplorables. And these people think we forget easily. Into the piano, I'm going to them show us Momo Bodamu. Yanam na net ya Andrew ko video bi na obi to say besides get me the Kobe video. I think this afternoon when we're having an editorial meeting, you people shared that video. Kobe Ochedakon. And then me see Japan TV. So why lucky? Japan Mesa. Bolare busan se Japan Mesa. E na why wo secondi kwasi anoto and I don't want to talk about what I have done. Wo anka o Libya anka de ahoma so na mienu na anka de obodwom obi aba no kutabanse no twa nantem we na wodi sika no be no me ajantrafo na de be di chiri and then suddenly bobo we ni we onim nyansa chen obi a you know the budget the energy sector they are behwe no mutiatia bi and I understand the long say yina ye Jimmy nti we see nobody see you people as intelligent oh. That's funny, man. Nobody in Ghana, they are more yet or or parliament, the budget to be passed. Nobody's listening to you people. You people can take a shit on your seats. Mube to be able to na money. You're trying to live on TV. Nobody's going to pay attention to you people. You are just blowing hot air. We don't have time for nicompoons who run us through ditches, run us through shit, run us through debts, run this country down. In Ghana, all these boys today, they were saying, yeah. E-levy, Nkwasiafo we nyina sorry yedim ekontokwa opon kroma sami jinapo nitiwo omu nyina e-levy, betting tax, smoke tax, Nkwasiade ye kun ye nyina san Nkwasiafo ye nde omukoti abrimi ya omugina oye ye ntiasie. Do you understand? The budget is this. No, NDC, you cannot buy private jet. They all said yeah. In 9. They forget so easily. You today, you people want to give the government advice. More. And I think of mine, can be any friend in sa. And can be Bulgaria, man, leader. With all due respect to the Frafo, when the Frafo Munimian Sapa and the Frafo, they can actually govern NPP for. And with all due respect to the Frafo more Ghana, I didn't say this in a bad way. In question for Tisamo, more NPP for. You people have no intelligence, and the NTA futu free mo. Monkwasi afu ekufuado edi nkwasi asem Ghana nyina na mo sonso mo di president echi a okuta akonwa de si akonnwom Ghana nante mo ntime tunufo and
5 cities na oda be 7 cities ana
but shall be
okay nti kenke no ya hena
5 cities
now met Ghana o sanko foko kubusa kenke ruan se kenke na saying 7 cities and I say 5 cities hamdikt Efuru ponko na nim tintin se T square etenkran odi ajantrafo ho or catch Ghana for parliament. He's lying in parliament too. Na no nsuo se hamdit sa efuru ponko na camel na Alibaba and the 40 thieves omotena so no Messiah get me that camel Alibaba and the 40 thieves camel no na mfa nkyerem Alibaba and the 40 thieves camel on efuru ponko amotena nim tintin se hamdit or to parliament ka se maami we turn or say maami na market kwasi ampanyi or say maami na market Adentra, yango to abama amano. You see what? These are people in parliament. NPP for Jimmy. They don't respect you. Party no. Ubusa party say die enti na ete ya ntokwa besi. Ubusa omonne say near party na ete na ben die enti na ete ya ntokwa besi. We beka say na we beka say Sremni way we beka say na we dey is Eastern region. Me say party way busa mo one question say party ade enti na ete ntokwa ebesi no. Ye be wo seka ya kopie me nhia. It should tell you that the party JJ Rollins catch them the NPP, you know it and I know it. These are demonic incarnates. Omun kanu kre. Inti yantop the inti owns and there owns afobiehun. I'm sure. And you see, these people they get the chance to do these things because yani Ghana for no, the media, some of us, yani more chance. And we this the same way. We the media do that because you see, majority of journalists on TV so no, they don't see themselves as people who are intelligent enough. In the politicians, no, 90% of journalists in Ghana. Okay. Omanhene Kobra Sante. Etna TV so. Yes, sorry no pa. Na akwa we ni tu pika no dware no abone to powder ni tu pika. Oye adanko ma so odin tre a ni tu be pika. Akwa we akotena radio so na ye maame nom ye sisters Ghana 40 wo say we de obeye morning show wakenkan a chen ye time na yada no na osua de na wabetena TV so abetena radio so morning show na oni abayewa bi a ono so opejana motium na oye awa etu miensa ni hu fifiri echen obonsuofo cap baako ena anopom betena TV so a jomba ye nyina se omo be di atro
Aben who say me engine of growth.
My 35 into you say no, oh yeah, buy crash penny, I buy 350 million.
Yeah, buy crash penny.
I buy crash penny. Set in office.
30 in office. Oko field.
Oko field ko yedin.
Oko yeju.
And the flood ye ku ye nyina nya asem I buy crash for your service near this obom.
35 e dey mom 35.
Omumie no omo share 8x. Hwade omo radio so your morning show oba besia anopa tututu we dware abobodis. Size bear 98. Also, your sem training. Wenum kan. Transisia de. Akwa we White Chapel. Ombi ni nyina 8x. Adanya, hey, winim. Where morning show. This is the timer. The so-called foolish intellectuals are driving. They are stuck in traffic. This is the timer. Yema amenum to trot room. Your teachers, police for juma. Morning show. Enkwasiafo mienu we to war ye ai na onim. Dabi bomen komo. Ne nazi tum ne nimu ko. I bomen komo. Na onim say time na NPP was no na MMDC se 5,000. And the 35,000 me bonyu amamo na omugu nkondwom se fufu boto tomran boto kekan kwasi asam misinforming Ghanaians. Stupidly misinforming people. And these are the people some politicians who are Jimmy. Let's see anything. And they can say these things even in parliament. Obabesia. What about size 98D? Emian ugu musea ebumu. Ugu mua egu. Edebia wasobo. Because ubu mua. I said 34 back in Siwichi. Ebumu. Obodis send ye tieni. I say sorry collection bowl. Obodis bako. A Pentecost for sorry collection bowl. What bet now unsua de. Inkrasam and in some keka. You spend half of your day putting cream on your face. And the foolishness they exhibit on TV and on radio. Now
this is for that's not the case.
Whichever way. Unya kwasia. Obetina ka say whichever way. It took a minister to come and tell you, so Jimmy. It took a minister to diplomatically come and tell you only Obana Motos Mummy and Jimmy. Into what Ghana saying go for na utiomo. And you know that the despicable thing about this whole thing, he did not even apologize. Honestly, in Chiribotono, they didn't apologize. Sa 98D not one. They never apologized. And Omotuo and ende. Ye dem tio muka multimedia enkwasiafo we mu na mde go about power san kwasia udi omatem is we di omatem some misinformation or disinforming confo before a Greek minister ebe clear no munim nipa dodo o mo say o madwene etumi ma obi ko obi etumi mo be sorry for to say wo DC ya to aka 35,000 out here no akobo obi tribu to say what they make. This is dangerous. What they did there is dangerous, but onya the respect. Bema ojina wa ohuni bema onya bema o. Oya bottom. Ohuni bema nti onima de kwento or friend be a friend self-respect. I need to apologize to the young, the old, those who are intelligent than me that I actually misinformed you. Ontuma nye. Kwasi awe tumi jina kase oku ono oku jato warning. Jimmy need to sawo. Utumi jina TV so episode didi oku jato atem. Na adwene de oku jato tisim. Ya pai woto na amwamwa se amonchina ebetumi. San kwasi ade we no mo titi radio so. He didn't even apologize. Till date. This cement bag, this Tom Brown bag, on it, sir, 38 to 98 D not one. They have not apologized to Ghanaians. It was the respect. Into politician bit to wa. About the sound way, I can enter the studio and lie to Ghanaians. And that is what the NPP has done for years. And it's now who could be a say, Onim baby, wabodin, onim sa obwa. But he knows that there are journalists who, at the end of the day, Jimino support it. And this is what is happening in Ghana. Have you heard these people apologize to Ghanaians? No. Kwasia we channel power with radio so me na me boni show makenkan muntie me omunim hwe. Eni tina kede Japan hwe de nim ka so afunu se bofrot Jimmy. Radio na yefo na wote so. We mu nyina person no mototo kaba. May he so rest in peace. Ewuo na nyantira na nka yede na akwa wetina kaba akonnwam. How did this happen? Eyede na beduru ha. May he so rest in peace. Eyede na we etina kaba akonnwam. How? 98 BD na wote nchen no ana bom jiju omuzio omoto kan onjiju omoto ana mo betena ho ohima na oman na assembly man voi na Ghana wei na metere me de Ghana ekoso era de nyanka omso Kevin Taylor di atem we mu omonse ateni. They didn't even have the decency to come on radio and say we render an apology. We are very sorry. We were ill-informed. The next time we will read about it, research. How many producers so? Enkwasiafo we mu no say Ghana no. Omama NPP, MPCB eteki 98D. Na no nekasa kra kire say ontumi kinkan ti ase. And MMDC na ye ba muso boy. Me say minimum we ya mo ofa. Ye de na kasa we yi ase wonim ya na wo fa nimo on de me bankan enom de tete ha wo urade yi pan man so on myself e better na kutia any eduabo me obeso di matama na me say je pan man no so on myself no kind of radio so obeso di atama na obu ye sen ye de asantifo na e better na ekutia na eduabo ode anto abebo odua and we anopa ne to nyenyenyan no better TV so adanya maybe morning show misinforming people and a idea omotaye it cuts across majority of the chief speaking stations. Yeah, idea bi omosaye about passports. Yeah, me sinko for we say yampe kwan bi so amfo mo amfa you nyina mfrimframem and black them out by not listening to them. I was see a stop it here sanko for we omo no ma say Ghana omo no ma Ekufuado be say Ghana hwe ekua poki mu ne nkwasiafo ye omake also mo nyina tu afri Ghana got na abruchiri sa no mo tie and omo boja ntra wa abruchiri omo so omo tie abruchiri ko school omo boa
money de no ma be break
priority no me de me
passport no ye de tip for clear the fire nim passport no ye de tip for clear e de fire chi we obeko wa wo anopa oma ne ban na betin fa me chi mesi we yesi obeko wa wo oma ne ban na anopa o kwabena sorry betin fa me chi passport ye de tinku ye de tip for clear ene ye de amon che de afra lax ene de fa ye chi se bia odi bia fa waso ho passport ye de ye no ye de tinku e de fa ye nufu ase kwasi akeka enkwasi akeka oh say DJ is not doing us any good. Look at this. Enti yenja Ghana bibia na yankoya health nkwa all the agencies, all the ministries should not work. Nobody should work in Ghana. Share obabi we no atam sika man so fan ko digwa. watam sika ma we say onfa nkodi dwa enti that means Ghana no yenja bibia ne enko health insurance nkoa me enye bibia bie mu Ghana yantam Ghana sika ni nyina nkozi hospital yantam Ghana sika nyina nkoto hospital beds yantam Ghana sika ni nyina na enti ope prepaid meter energy ministry ne de mama ne nya bibia won mujimi na ama mapanta nyina ite se fozin winim fozin these are low voltage wey ewade jagopon na on na me yiase a e de adwuma wa adum o and morning show nti kuya unim no adum anopa bia to se ewade jagopon these are illiterate low voltage village raccoons inkura be man oto no so yereka kwaje Western Union kwasia na oto no oba America no wanfa Ghana card na buy you kwabena sante eba betena Kennedy Japan basement or New Jersey county ekurase ho no wanfa Ghana card na buy you or the passport enso to ka say ni tisa kura Ghana passport yereka Western they just don't want to speak the truth. That is why they are government agencies. That is why when they read the budget, every government agency, ministry gets its own allocation. So if you think, say, the ministry, that specific ministry is not doing enough, you tackle the ministry. That in the budget, this amount of money was allocated to you. And then why are we getting shortfalls when it comes to this specific thing? Sana journalists are analyzing your journey. Question pe go to the yasia na ebie go da sinanim na fu se deche not yakondwom ai ginyame akondwa na ababa ni nsem na wawe na mayigi ni sim ekua de wa unim no TV so anopa bia o na kurase ni we ni nam nkofo yi ase gigi sika Ghana card me say passport ya de tinku e de fa ye nufu ase Kevin no wa market 30 seconds wa moa 8 hours obe use wa check sugar that is one per myself mon premier Jandam no yensanku another one. John Dramani Mahama can send me efa. Mr. S, get me the John Mahama video where he spoke on the LGBTQ. Where he said that I think we had the video a few days ago. John Mahama can something efa anti-LGBTQ bill no. Can a year Christian Council for say Parliament. Omuyo mojuma nyina because our bill no ewu under ayedien sa parliament ya is end ya be another parliament it is a school more terms afibia ana 4 years bia no ye to aba foforo sa parliament no ye gu no na ya parliament foforo enti krata bia e wo sa parliament no se ye bia parliament foforo na sa krata no e wo se ye sa de ba na parliament sa hwe de biem enti ehunu se krata bi ye de ba parliament ba ko na se ye ntumi ampasse sa krata na say ye be a new parliament na enye automatic sa krata na ye de ba ye beji atum e wo say ye sa hwe krata ni biem ene na John Mahama ka say eye anti LGBT krata no omde koma Ekufuado say one sign a Ekufuado an sign na e sa parliament omo ntumi anje antum no o say parliament foforo ba yi e wo say parliament na tenase na speaker sa hwe krata no parliament sa hwe krata no na ono John Mahama de so omo gitum na so omo de beto table so a de o twa ne say parliament ebedi sa adwuma no Yina so ye journalist in Ghana for yetiama Speaker of Parliament aka say sakrata no omo nsanya hu adwuma na omo ye hu adwuma wi a or somebody come president we enye ade bi a obi anim Speaker Bagbin Parliament of Ghana omo tenase a discuss sa anti-LGBTQ sa bill we ema speaker in this new parliament Odiahenkan ka say se a bill ba ko no ewu mom nsanya hu adwuma foforo na yenye ntem fa nkoma President Mahama sign it. So as a journalist who is abreast of the issues, every single day, your research, you are supposed to be the person educating Ghanaians. I don't even need the video again. You are supposed to be the person educating Ghanaians about this bill. Say, and the Christian Council called John Mahama hono. John Mahama said, me John Mahama dear. Me tehano, ma ye ready. Parliament eye omodwuma wie na omode sakrata de premier ada omode beba no mede mensa be hyase yanka bayira nhyem yanka bode anhyem ene yesako wura another station Asantifo station ya Peace FM ena enkwasiafo we saba biem momenkɔhwɛ another raccoon John Mahama asomo kan yenyina etie yo na muntie journalist a ɔse ɔno ɔyɛ nsamtru see The GJ is not working. The GJ, they have disappointed Ghanaians. There are a lot of raccoons who are not supposed to be sitting on radio. Now, me say, Ghana journalism are saying, you know, Kwame despite. Oh, yeah. Mo Kwame despite, you know. So, the pokwa catch me, Papa Kwame Nkrumah say, any Kwame Nkrumah, no. Mo Kwame despite, you know. Or no, na say Ghana journalism. So, munya, abotirin share, yeah. Open nonsense journalism, abegu Ghana have bribe from 1990 and they say, Kwame despite. On the Peace FM, no. Omuna omotimi asay Ghana journalism no into one media house. Asay Ghana journalism in the name say I can radio, you can kasa, Kwame despite and asay Ghana media. Yes, because you see, Kwame despite I in the media house to say a media house a jandam ne propaganda atro. They don't even try a little bit to say a woman say nkofo muye mumudo do amotomu nko school mu ye nkurasefo mu update mu kakra mu refresh mu kakra Kwame despite onim every single day otie Peace FM atra omutwa nyina he knows Kwame despite ni media houses na we bie no Ghana no sa ni Peace FM ne de to so no omo destroy journalism in Ghana. Now how can you, after the president spoke for all of us to hear, when the president met the Christian Council, Mr. S, to be for some reason, I need the video. You see, I want to use the video because me pese Ghana for ti me kana say send be ya improve we media matema kwase bi nka se ka bi tell di obi atem. Because you see, consistent and deliberate and consistently di sa abone no. Pese fa kwan bia so gu aban ni ase. And Kwame despite knows. Na me Kwame tie some because Mr. T I Kwame despite one stories for Ghana. Kwame despite obeka demu. Me say it was reported if Parliament passes anti-LGBTQ, if Parliament passes anti-LGBTQ, no man for sure. Say if Parliament passes anti-LGBT bill and sends to me as president, I will sign it. Sign it. An emphatic statement. He said, when Parliament is done and they bring it to him at the Flagstaff House, he will sign it. And it was emphatic. And he said this in front of our own Christian council that has now become the Devil's Council. So as a journalist, all that you need to do is, okay, when the tabloids are reporting, sometimes because they want traffic on their websites, the captions could be deceiving. Me normally, when I see a story, I click and read because captions can be very deceiving. More media houses want traction. They want more people visiting their site. So they normally, especially in Ghana, they put some captions that will attract you to read a story. Until you only read captions, you are going to be misled 99% of the time. And to me, when I see a story, I don't just follow what we call the caption. I take my time to go in and read the story itself to know exactly the quotes before I respond or I speak on that matter. So we a journalist also with radio station. Now when even something like this, say president, because this is a quote. Maybe that wasn't exactly the president said. Your job is to take your time, research, look for the information, verify the information, and do what? And pass it on to the masses. That is your basic job. Vote
on it and pass it, and it comes to me as president, I will sign it.
Peace FM for near the Monte or say, Yang in Aja to Mr. Parliament in Yahweh. Sir Parliament etnasi, ebobo, and we you where to be the people's representative, the people's parliament, our parliament, or Pacha say, the decision Parliament will take is the decision of us, a year decision, because Parliament is a representation of the people. And the president, as a communicator, he was telling Christian Council, say, when Parliament makes a decision, when Parliament comes to a conclusion, it is the conclusion by the people, and that he, as a president, works for the people, and he will have no option than to sign the bill. And as a communicator, he was telling Christian Council, say, I don't sit here and I do things autocratically. I work for the people. I serve the people. I'm a servant. And the people's representatives are the people in Parliament. It is a Parliament. It is basically the people of Ghana who have come to a conclusion that I should sign. So the people would demand of me signing that document. It was say Ghana for your representatives of our parliament. That means that Yajatuma, he has no option and he's going to sign it. And no.
More fast, a friend saying, and now Santibidi too. So we nimina this up, Ben, let and February house war, Obeto Samia. Tina Bibu, Timan Panis already or trying to be good a woman in film. Only you film you know what the bar of best sign. And as you want a casa, they'll walk at a daily guide. The moon's a maybe and the other.
What in Quasia Sampa? Share, Obi Papau. Henemu to Massa Kusi. Share some of Mahama Kanye. She be oti piece from H3 a chatro eto Mahama so any a binary so. We and some troni inclusive wo. Video me botche we am church me. Any in church me a brantie di meye akokrei. Metiana abrantie be otonamo J Famco abattoir. O see Kevin we jara some ka debi oba ha besresre nam. J Famco abattoir e horo kosesre nam o munam kakramo we mu nkurasifo o en kwame despite oni mu anyina o na kwame despite onye so obodam omodam o whiskey no twa na one na my say the what days no onim de ekoso nyina kwame despite on am no sanka obi na ti radio bi so na ese ni business anka watwe ne lawyers ekodi nipa na chi. But you see, they know that these people are destroying government. They are destroying lives. They are misinforming and disinforming. But they support this nonsense. Me think obi na tina radio bi so manisi sumina so eka say hey asema kwesini kwame despite yes what on cocaine and inti na wenya sika sa na aka kwame despite lawyers be ko na so say omuti sa nyoma we nyina because it is going in their favor, because it is helping them, because Krasinio on say he tried to come and explain himself again, and in the same process he exhibited his highest form of monkeyism. Wemo omo ina monkey no ultimate can show. Afetinasem ai the obeka ye say eye John Mahama say yemfa on speaker kasa kwasia. In his first video when he was doing the newspaper review, his conversation was totally different from what he was trying to do. This is what I talk about. Kwasia we awu kwasia we bu ni pa e wo ba so hwe ne nimu fin ya kan sam fa no wana ne ya on say afei ne nkrampan nyina epiepie hwe ne nimu afu se opuro turum abegina ho ai ena yenso gwaina ena tupu ena kwame that's when I so nkurasefo we so inkokuo ma we kwame despite one ne nam Ghana ho wakoto bolaka timu wo soro ehwe nkofo apempem one ne so nkwasiasam we so na. So radio no. If you want the radio to work for the people and inform the people, kwasia where you tell him to apologize to his listeners. But kwame that's why told nobody in same. Ada yamfa whiskey nsiwo. Na on sene bono onom. Na ombu obiasa on na waka na kaa ye dien. You need to leave a legacy that is better. Kwekuti din kwasia se won sene radio nyina egu. Nobody on this planet can sustain a year lies. Nobody. Kwekua team tu ni fo an kwasi afo start here ene o sika chen papa ene obobra on send kwekua team bibi egu ode na dwuma makwasia on send kwekua team he does not represent anything yet to krom ha on Jimmy ene grew mekama no hwe kurase ni we. And with all due respect, so one classroom and just so you can do better journalism. No, journalism is not about you going to formal school and now having formal education. You being intelligent, honest with yourself, researching and speaking on the facts. Na nkofo we no inkokuo we mu no inkurasefo asefo ma we mu no sa jandamfo we mu no, their job is that yemfa kasane na da Ghanafo hwe so wasaba hwe nkwasi asama okeka and you support Sam George, and you support Jofuo, and you say Jimmy. Shirt to Fumbia Shano, shirt Santuma way, ya the pump a conesi them, kurasa for them, Oka Manchima, and then the pump sofa, a manco for Tinim. Tan kurasifo way, Yasho Munina one crying. Yasho kurasifo when crying, and no pano with TV so, and Kwasia Kika. Adaya, Kwame, that's what I got time here, can or Timukwe ye, until young can radio once some. Kwame that's what I told me a car. I know Tim or 4 steps to bed 30 and son of a na pima da bene babe you. And yet Tigana so kwasia some so sa. And these fools, they keep misinforming, they keep disinforming, they keep disrespecting the people. Omuno mama Ghana say, anytime I say sorry at the Kufuor Asia. Now it was because he is the person who was able to let Ghanaians know NPP for inner monkey. The inner monkeyism was actually was exposed by Kufuor. Sanke Kufuor ambedi NPP nim wambeye president NPP wa bema anka omumu enrina eshisho omumu no their inner monkey, we would have never seen it and they would have destroyed us to the core. Inti samede Kufuor Asia na de wayama Ghana me NPP fo ne nkwasiafo say omu inner monkey adu bini na egu omumu no adu bini na egu omumu no emo mo kasama hu so madwene wo fom no be danyame se Kufuor be di Ghana so nanka wemu nyada ho guom yeka say these are journalists wemu de omo ye nsamkyerofo na kwase wetumi ko eyase we ekure biase no akodi obi adenta yese oyesamkyeroni na oba ayo oye kwate beka we de oya de oye djuma o peace fm anopa bia oteso na kwase we ko eyi na eyase nkwara owo omo sepete owu gu nkurase adan a na otenkan oti radio so OSP Mustafa Hamid no ye CEO on the deputies and you say OSP say Odioma kujina court adentra sankofo no ewia Ghana sika omo the office no mo occupy no omo the ewia Ghana sika endra menya abotre everyday investigations ninya interrogations ninya the facts now me baba chro the reason why Kisieja ben or ye nipa bia you cannot trust as a Ghanaian. Now the prosecution now or say ekoswa or dinkofo bia kujina court no strategically Kisieja being a nipa be a film. Now yendru hosisia let me show you Andra nipa we mu ye kan mo asem. Remember Andra me be trell this report made to TV so investigation report on suspected corruption and corruption related offenses involving Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Jacob Kwamena Imua, Wendy Newman Eshong and others. Now excuse me. Sa report we Andra ye be read it share ni nyina share mo ema me hu de obia kan ye OMCs nkwa 36 OMCs ena omutie sika close to 63 million edema Mustafa Hamid oni eye Kwamena edien ene eye omo eye de MPA so omo de support Boadu Bawumia NPP campaign in 2024. Andra me read document ni nyina wa ha Obian free Ghana Mekanchi Obia said document I'm reading a fake. Mekache the OSP say he can come out and tell Ghanaians I'm peddling falsehood. Document a fake. He can't because he knows that the document I have read or I'm about to read again, this document is legitimate and a document I was certified. Until he cannot touch anything. And the OSP does not come out to say this is not his document because he knows I have a lot of things in my possession. Now, Andrea, I can't say on the 3rd of February 2025, the Office of the Special Prosecutor received a petition from Mr. Benjamin Ejapon of Olusegun Obasanjo High Street, Roman Ridge, Accra. Mr. Ejapon, a member of the petroleum downstream sector, raised concerns regarding corruption and corruption-related offenses involving Mr. Jacob Kwamena Imua, the coordinator of the Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, that's the UPPF, at the National Petroleum Authority. In this high petition way, and the kofa a scandal we na ba ya yebehu de na ekoso ewo NPA and the Kufuor na Mustafa Hamid, Perry Okujato, and Linda Asantemo LED the charge there. Now, I think say Andra no obia ye okay be hu de ekoso. Now ma mention ma there. Nipa na Andra ye ka omonsem no enie. This man on your friend Mustafa Hamid on an former CEO of NPA or no ena a year scandal no ebi efa no ho. Nipa we so ye bonidin Linda Asante or ye deputy CEO of NPA. Time na Mustafa Hamid won sisi ano omo a drop in the position no abe the director of IM and HSSE. At the time na Mustafa Hamid ewo NPA no now this lady was a deputy CEO. Inti ende no yesi ya dropping the rank no amana be director of the IM and HSSE. Now on the friend Linda Asante yebo Abrante we sudin Perry Okujato time Mustafa Hamid ewo NPA no this guy was his deputy. Inti Perry Okujato on Linda Asante were deputies to Mustafa Hamid. Into this guy, so we now or a deputy information minister and they could forward from 2017, and also a deputy sports minister. Into this guy worked with Mustafa Hamid at this information ministry, and then when Mustafa Hamid moved to NPA, this guy went to sports ministry and then followed Mustafa Hamid to NPA and became Mustafa Hamid's deputy. Into them, they know each other. They have been working in harmony. They know how to put things in order. Your friend Perry Okujato. Now, your boy Obisi say Dean Papa we ena enam ne so a ema petition no ye de ba ya ne ho asem ena ko biebie funu nani. Your friend Jacob Komena Emua, ono na the head of UPPF. Eba baby a ye check petrol na ya tono machine edi so obi ebu pepepe container we ayema we emyama broso anyama broso nipa we na also buni de OMC we na also ba ono na hwesa anyoma ni nyina so ono ena krono no start won so a ebema efunu ni bie ya ago kontwa omoto bie ya ehu obi abone. Your friend Jacob Komena Emua. Now Yesabo nipa bi say din Isaac Mensah Endra yeboni din e was scandal nim me reading na no asem time at OSP interrogate omu nyina and the report and investigations omu nsakaye no any investigations omu ye no reporter omu ye omu nsakaye yebo Wendy Newman we na sebio eye komla eye kwamena emua using account using na oye the middle woman a oji sikedi nyina intina sika omu jiwo NP ho nyina na Newman Wendy ono ene na vessel na or collect all the political money, the illegal money, the corrupt money, the criminal money. No, this woman ono na yedini din ebi a UBA account na 62 million cedis and 149 million na nyina gum in her name. She was also part of Nipa scandal no eka omwa and the ojina hei. Yesabo obi te say Kweku Abuaje din ono so ye nipa bia ye bo ni din wo mu a Endra ye ready nsema okeka kire special prosecutor ene de wo ho yesabo abrantie foforo ye friend Bright Bediako Mensa ono so ye nipa ono so ye kire ne kan ho a omo a sebio ye toto omo no a na dwirim ene krono no ye de bi ebo omo yesa ebo eye abrantie we so din Albert Ankra ono so ye boni din Enra ready report no any interrogation no bibia detailing no ono so ye ready ne de echemo. Nti yesterday we basically what we did was we made you understand investigations no in summer if you amando bae Enra na ebehu say Mustafa Hamid eka kire OSP say in fact time a eye ono ene the deputy eye Perry Okujato ena wotena ase no mo frɛ eye emua eka kire ne say onko jiji sika wo de OMCs ni nyina ho oil marketing companies no na mo fa nko Boa Bawumia campaign. It was on record ewo eye special prosecutor de ni ho no mo you study a so we read document nankasa say ene kan prize fund. He further disclosed that he was getting 400,000 monthly from the monies collected from the OMC. Now check it eye nipa na ye di sika ma mo na Endra ye kire mo document nim. 500,000 Linda Asante no ye deputy to the Mustafa Hamid no na every 30 days from 2023 near mano 500,000 old Ghana no 5 billion na ye de mano say ono so ye gigiska na ne die no obi ete say Perry Okujato a na oye second deputy to the Mustafa Hamid no na ono so eji 800,000 every single month biano sika na ye de mano obi te say Isaac Jablate ono so near man 70,000 old Ghana cedis no 700 million every 30 days ya jiji saskari nyina omo say omo kojiji sikani free OMCs wa ya dibi ekoma Bawumia ne omo so matibi 100,000 eko Dominic Abuaje ho every month and 340,000 eko Haruna Kamel na utie Mustafa Hamid ankasa anu asem na okan wo time OSP ebusa no question say pull that one for me. Okache OSP say yes. Ono de na every month biano na kwamena emua ebre no between 1 million to 1.5 million. Tete Ghana skano 14 billion every month. From 2022, 2023, 2024 December. Na busumi biano na ose ono de yebre no between 1 to 1.5 million every 30 days. And yesterday I read that document to you. On one no asem under oath or ready or catch a special prosecutor. Until you could see say they were making decent money, good money. Now, Because I'm when they say you read document, I wanted to show you something, or I want to show you something. You'll be shocked. OSP strategically, there are some people not also prosecutor with you Mufrim. The reason why you Mufrim say some of them are his business partners, friends, and some of them too are blood relations. And even though they have been mentioned, remember, report a check clearly say, especially the leadership, almost spearheading and also championing this criminality, this criminal act, they were all supposed to stand trial because none of them, the person who was leading the disbursement of the money, stated it clearly, said the leadership at NPA and the Mustafa Hamid and the NPP, they all took the money. So you ask yourself, say, okay, then every single person who was part of the senior position group, they are all supposed to stand trial. But interestingly, Obiti said Linda Asante, and Perry Okujato, they are not part of the people who are standing trial. And when I showed you the list of Omanomu receiving scano, somebody like Linda Asante and Perry Okujato was receiving 800,000 old Ghana citizens every month, 8 billion. But when the OSP went to court, what happened? And they say, Okujato, Perry Okujato's name wasn't part of the people he wants to prosecute. So you ask yourself, Perry Okujato is the deputy to Mustafa Hamid. So how can you say Perry Okujato, Lenda, are mere deputies to Mustafa Hamid, they are not part of the prosecution. And that in Kofobi Krompa and Omone Lenda the same statement here the same those people are even standing prosecution. Now, this is what the OMC did. Sorry, the OSP did. Now, after everything, there was recommendation. Dear OSP Nankasa report in the recommendation or Troy. Into the recommendation, if the OSP went by the recommendation, then it means to say every single person at the end of the day, the interrogation actually said they are complicit, they were all supposed to be to be put before court. Now, you read the OSP Nankasa in recommendation after he listened to them and did his investigation. So the question is, recommendation OSP D so and I say win this. So team, stay with me. All right. Now, this is the recommendation. Let me enlarge it. Send Obiabehu recommendation here. I want you to read with me. Now, recommendation, this is what it says. Based on the evidence gathered and documents available, it is recommended that suspect Jacob Komena Iwa, Wendy Newman Ishong, should be charged with corruption, bribery, use of public office for profit, extortion, and money laundering. 2. It is recommended that suspect Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Curtis Perry Kwabla Okujato, Linda Asante, Tio. It is recommended that suspects Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Curtis Perry Okujato, Linda Asante. Curtis was a deputy to Mustafa. Linda was a deputy to Mustafa. The recommendation recommended that these people are all prosecuted. They are supposed to face prosecution. Now look at this. Now, Mustafa Hamid, Curtis Perry Kwabla Okujato, Linda Asante, Kamel Haruna, Dominic Abuaje, and Isaac Jagblate should be charged with corruption, bribery, and use of public office for profit. In his own recommendation, in his own official document, these people are supposed to be charged. These people are supposed to be standing trial. They are supposed to be part of his prosecution. Now, these are the recommendations that we reach out. Now, the CEO and directors of Kel Logistics, Kings Energy, and Propnest Limited should be charged with corruption, money laundering, and collaborating with a public officer for the public officer to use his office for profits. Now, I've said 3 things. Now, the last part of the recommendation. The last part of the recommendation says this. It is also recommended that the oil marketing companies who paid to Jacob Kwabena Emua, the oil marketing companies, who paid monies to Jacob Kwabena Emua and Wendy Eshong Newman as bribes and could not provide any tangible and plausible explanation for the money that they paid, should be charged with bribery, corruption, and collaborating with a public officer for the public officer to use his office for profits. And Osaka Bibika or say, it is believed that when the OMCs are pushed to the wall, they will opt for plea bargain, and the office may through that succeed in recovering some money from the state. So some money from the state. So, we read the recommendation in it means to say, so what start free esrowa. One, Eya Obidize Kwabena Emua and Wendy, they need to be standing trial today as we speak. That is the recommendations OSP after the investigations. Two, Obitise Mustafa Hamid. Directors, Mustafa Hamid. Deputy Kerry Okujato. Second Deputy Linda Asante. Kamel Haruna. Dominic Abuaje. And Isaac Jablate. They are all supposed to be charged. And they are going to be charged on what crime? They will be charged with corruption, bribery, and use of public office for profit. Now, we are asking a simple question. The first one here, the lady, Kwabena and Wendy. The second, directors. The third, Kel Logistics. And Kel Logistics, any energy propsness, and any company now, Kwabena, any Wendy Muko Biya, not omode London money, So, and also the third. And a fourth, the OMCs now, Omutia Sikano, Edema, Wendy account, na bribe, The OMCs are all supposed to be what? Charged. Meaning, we are supposed to have about 36 OMCs standing trial today. And if we don't have 36 OMCs standing trial today, what was the conversation that went on behind the scenes that today, as we speak, we don't even have one single OMC standing trial in the NPA scandal? Now, let me show you this. Mr. S, let me show you the list. These are the OMCs that donated. And from the OSP's own recommendation, all these OMCs are supposed to stand trial. Now, he's saying, the moment he tries to put them to court, some of them will want to do what? Plead and somehow pay their way out, meaning plea bargain can come in. In his recommendation, okay, say OMCs nijitum say omo epese omu tie sika de tete omo ho a obeji sa sika ne de ama aban. The question to OSP is say, all these OMCs, have they paid any money to him? And if they haven't paid any money to him through plea bargainer, why are all these OMCs not standing trial? If these OMCs are not standing trial, and we don't have any monies from them as form of plea bargain, then it means somebody has paid money to you, OMC, for you not to put that person or that OMC on trial. Now, these are the OMCs. Document 2. This document belongs to the OSP. This document belongs to the OSP. So we need to question him in his own language. That is what he said. So he needs to tell us. We have a company like Yandoh Logistics. They paid 3.7 million cedis to Mustafa Hamid, to Kwamini, and the executives up there. 3.7 million. We want to know, this Yandoh Logistics, have they come for plea bargain and have they paid any money to the states? And if they haven't, why are they not standing trial? Because I know the OSP and the NPA trial, it has started. How many people are on trial now? Mr. S, Mr. P, pull the number of people on trial. I need the screenshot. The second company, Mobic Energy Limited, 3.1 million. old Ghana cedis calculate. These OMCs nina are complicit because majority of them could not explain the money they were paying. Some of them were clear that they were paying that bribe to help a political party. So they know and they accepted in front of the OSP that they committed a crime, because a business entity should not be paying money to a government official to support a political party's campaign, especially when the person who you are paying the money to represent or is a government worker. You are paying to confuse, to convince, to help them, enable them do stuff. So it is his own statement. Wait, document in media. We have a company like GB Oil. Your company is Summer Oil, or 20 million. We want to know, Summer Oil, the OSP, did you speak to Summer Oil? Plea bargain, Bemana, how much money did we get from Summer Oil to give to the state? How much did we get? And if Summer Oil has not come out to plead, and there has not been any negotiation to take money for the state, why is Summer Oil not standing trial? We have a year Imperial Link Services, 113,000. Band Energy, 120,000. Corporates, on 50,000. Your baby to say a Delta Energy, 80,000. First Gas Company, 3.4 million. Star Oil Company, 5.1 million. Star Oil, 5.1 million. To support a political party through a third-party account. And all these third parties work with the NPA, like I explained yesterday. We have a Raz Oil Company, 90,000. Crown Petroleum, 180,000. Yas Petroleum, 14.2 million. Yas Petroleum, 14.2 million. We have Indulgence Concepts, Omu Etia, 9,450. Kinspa Oil Limited, 1.5 million. La Clem Ghana Limited, 3.4 million. Now we have companies that to see Lambak Gas Company Limited, 1.4 million. We have Lex Investment, 420,000. Magnify Petroleum, 60,000. Manba Gas Company Limited, 280,000. JXL, 200,000. NACDAC Trade, 1.9 million. Kel Logistics, 350,000. Quantum Petroleum Limited, 400,000. Wilmans Company Limited, 400,000. Wright Gas Company Limited, 60,000. Raz Oil Company Limited, 20,000. JC Vantage, 280,000. CMC, 40,000. CD Low, 55,000. Francis Free Mind Enterprise, 26,000. Ultra Max Ventures, 14,000. Asiadag Enterprise, 3,000. Lucky Oil Company Limited, 15,000. And then Medas Extra Mile Petroleum, 24,000. In the total, no, is 62,887,000 Ghana cedis. And all these 36 oil company limited, per your own recommendations, after you interrogated and did your investigations, the recommendations were clear. And what did the recommendations say? You said the recommendations in there that the oil company limited, the CEOs and directors of Care Logistics, in your recommendation, you said that it is also recommended that the oil marketing companies who paid to Jacob Kwamena Imua and Wendy Ishong Newman as bribes and could not provide any tangible and plausible explanation for the money that they paid should be charged with bribery, corruption, and collaborating with a public officer for the public officer to use his office for profit. It is believed that when these OMCs are pushed to the wall, they will opt for plea bargain, and the office may through that succeed in recovering some money for the state. So you told us in your recommendation that if you push the OMCs, when you push them to the wall, they will choose, they might opt for plea bargain. We want to ask, how many people have you put before the court in the NPA scandal? How many people are you prosecuting? Do you have any of the OMCs? Do you have any of the OMCs? Today as we speak, do we have any of the OMCs standing trial? Are they part of your prosecution? We want to know from the special prosecutor. Now the special prosecutor thinks he's smart. You see, Kisei Jabe is playing on your conscience. If none of these OMCs are standing trial, then somebody did business with the OMCs because the recommendations were clear. And if the OMCs are not standing trial, then the possibility that he was able to recover a lot of money from them for the state, we are supposed to know. We want to know where the money day. And if the money no day, why are they not standing trial? If the money no day, because this is what the Mustafa Hamid himself said when you interrogated Mustafa Hamid. In his own statement, the statement he made was this. When you interrogated him, and this is on record, this is the reason why you have put Mustafa Hamid before court. Dr. Abdul Hamid further admitted that sometimes in 2023 or 2024, he and Perry Okujato, his deputy, instructed Emua to solicit funds from industry stakeholders to support his party's political campaign. And his party is the NPP, led by who? Then Dr. Yandoh Bawumia, his political party, against campaign activities. Now, as a result, Emua remitted 1 million to 1.5 million monthly to him as proceeds from the fund raised. Inti, or see, around that time, no, Ewa Ono Mustafa Hamid admitted to you, OSP, that Ewa was bringing 1 million, between 1 million to 1.5 million every 30 days from the monies they have solicited or taken from the oil marketing companies. So Mustafa Hamid made it clear. However, he stated that he could not confirm whether Emua made similar payments to other directors within the NPA. So Mustafa Hamid Kachro, only the Ojenedie, Ewa na Okoji Jiskano say, Oma Perry Okujato, 800,000 every month. Oma Linda, who was your deputy, NPA, Mustafa Hamid's deputy, Omano, 700,000. So why are we not seeing Perry Okujato and Linda in the prosecution list? Yeah, I have it. Besides, I have the Abuaji. Now, during the interrogation, the deputy NPA, the deputy CEO of NPA, who is Linda, this lady, Linda Asante. Come, please, don't hide. Linda Asante, she denied, right? This man, he's also called Dominic. This man, Dominic Abuaje, this guy also denied. In fact, Linda was a deputy to Mustafa Hamid. Linda denied that she didn't receive any money. This guy, Dominic, is way down there. He also denied he didn't take any money. Now look at this. Now look, I'm going to read the two of them. When the OSP questioned them, the answers they gave. And the most interesting thing is, Linda Asante, who was the second deputy CEO, denied receiving money. Dominic, who was also down there and did not have the position like Linda, who did not have any direct link to Kwamenano, he also denied. But the interesting thing is, at the end of the day, Dominic was put before court, but Linda was left off the hook. Perry Okujato, who was the person that Mustafa Hamid Kar said, he basically sat down with him and made a decision that Kwamena should go out there and solicit and take those bribes for the party, Perry Okujato, who was also the deputy to Mustafa Hamid, the prosecution list, he is not part. So you can see clearly something isn't right. Now, let's go and let's read Linda's response when the OSP questioned her. We are not reading Dominic's response. Then you ask yourself, why is Linda off the hook but Dominic is being prosecuted? So OSP is looking at people who don't have backing, people who don't have strength, people who don't have Obi Beked Mano into a someone or the worship no way replace Obi. It will say OSP or the Kofor replacing Kofor in the prosecution. Now, when you read Mrs. Linda Bawumia Asante, when she went to the OSP's office during the interrogation and during the investigations, this is what she said. She said, and I read for the second paragraph. The first paragraph is basically her background, what she does at NPA. Now, this is the second paragraph. This is what she said. Mrs. Asante confirmed that she currently serves as head of inspection, monitoring, health, safety, and environment at the NPA, responsible for ensuring compliance with safety and environmental standards at fuel stations operated by oil marketing companies. Time na ye interview no na ye demote no. Satana Mustafa Hamid ni wo intini demote no, but she was being interviewed as the CEO then. Now, she stated that she joined the NPA in October 2005 as a planning officer and subsequently served as zonal manager for the Western and Central. Now, she went on to say this, regions. In August 2017, she was appointed senior manager for economic regulations and planning before becoming deputy CEO in 2022. So she became a deputy to Mustafa Hamid, who was appointed in 2021. Now, making her the first staff member to rise to the executive level internally. Now, in October 2024, she transitioned to her current role. Now, Mrs. Asante acknowledged knowing Mr. Jacob Komena Emua, with whom she worked when she was Director of Infrastructure and he was UPPF coordinator. She categorically, listen, Madam Asante categorically denied receiving money from Mr. Emua or any other individuals or OMCs during her time at the NPA. Madam Asante, who used to be the deputy of Mustafa Hamida, and Emua de list by say you try to cash 700,000 every month, or OSP say me man categorically, she denied taking any money. Now, when you go ahead, she says this. She also denied knowledge of any alleged payment made by Mr. Emua to Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid or Mr. Curtis Perry Okujato. Or see only there on Jisikebia, Onimsu say Yetia Okujato ska and as Yetia Mustafa Hamid ska. But Mustafa Hamid admitted that he was being paid between 1 to 1.5 million a month, and that he actually created this idea of soliciting and taking these bribes with Perry Okujato, who was also his deputy. That's fine. Now, she, however, disclosed that about 2 years ago, Mr. Emua donated 10,000 Ghana cedis to a foundation she established, but denied ever receiving the 500,000 alleged by Jacob Komena. Inti Asante Kohono, Linda Asante Kohono, so on the Okaise Mrebi, Mr. Emua na kana no or donate 100 million old Ghana, that is 10,000 Ghana cedis. A man on a foundation be. Now, apart from that, on GCKBN free Mr. Emua. So this woman categorically denied, even though Emua no making it categorically statement straight up and say, the executive, the directors, so all kind recommendation now. The OSP recommendation was that Linda was supposed to be prosecuted because she's part of the directors. Okay, now look at this. Now, when you read Dominica or Asewa and the Honor Standard Trial, Linda na or director na also prosecuted Etifino. This is what Dominic also said when he was also interviewed, and he also categorically denied. Now, Dominic Abuaje, when you read the second paragraph, that's the most important thing. Mr. Abuaji stated that he joined the NPA in 2012 as an intern and was subsequently retained as a permanent staff member under the Economic Regulations and Planning Directorate. Now, in outlining his current responsibilities, he explained that his role involves planning, fuel supply, logistics into the country through bulk import, distribution, export, companies, that is the BIDEX, to ensure fuel availability across all sectors of the economy. Now, in response to allegations by Jacob Komena Emua, Mr. Abuaje he also categorically denied receiving any 100,000 from Mr. Emua. He recalled that during his mother's funeral in 2023, he received contribution from colleagues at NPA, including Mr. Emua. However, he could not confirm the exact amount received from Mr. Emua and emphasized that it was certainly not 100,000. I say the only time on Wajiska NPA and say, "Nema mi we no mobile born in sa." And na Mr. Wa de ebon sani bi na on your short Mr. Wa man 100,000 Ghana say on nimbibiasa. But interestingly, the people who have been lined up for prosecution, Mr. S, I need something. I need a prosecution list. I'll do that. But I need a prosecution list. The people OSP is prosecuting now. Can you get me the list? Interestingly, Linda Asante, who is part of the directors, because when you read the recommendations, it states it clearly that the directors, when you read the recommendation, the third one, the CEO and the recommended suspect, Mustafa Hamid, Newman, when you read the second point, that is the recommendation, second point, it is recommended that suspect Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Curtis Perry Kwabla Okujato, Linda Asante, Kamel Haruna, Dominic Abuaje, and Isaac Jakwete should be charged with corruption, bribery, and use of public office for profit. So the question here is, how come that the final day of taking people to court to prosecute, the deputies, 2 deputies, have not been charged? Do you know why? It is because this lady called Linda, Linda Asante, is the niece of Kissie Jabin. Linda Asante is the niece of Kissie Jabin. That is why Kissie Jabin has pulled Linda Asante out. You know the reason why Kissie Jabin has pulled out another deputy to Mustafa Hamid, who is Perry Okujato? Because Perry Okujato, his best friend is called, besides, get me the name, is a business partner to Kissie Jabin. That is why Perry Okujato's name too has been pulled out. So the main people who were the CEO, the 2 deputies who the suspect said paid monies to, they have been pulled out. Only Mustafa Hamid is standing trial. And so interestingly enough, there are other people who were also interviewed and said they categorically denied not taking money from Emwa. Those people are standing trial today. So you ask yourself, what is the analogy here? What was the standard the OSP used in prosecuting these people? So the OSP deliberately sidelined Perry Okujato. Let me minimize him and add him to Linda. The OSP deliberately sidelined these 2 guys, took them out of the prosecution, because Linda is Kissie Jabin's niece and Perry Okujato is Kissie Jabin's business partner's friend. So that is why today those people standing trial, and yet the 2 deputies to Mustafa Hamid, as we speak, the 2 deputies to Mustafa Hamid. Besides, I thought they were all on one fly, Mr. P. So these 2 people were dropped. Kissie Jabin dropped his niece and dropped Perry, who is a good, strong business partner to Kissie Jabin's business friend. And I'll show you the person. Now, it is alleged, let me put it on record, because I am following up the trail of the money. OSP, Kissie Jabin, let me tell you. Do you know the reason why Kissie Jabin left all the OMCs and he didn't charge any of them? Because I'm still waiting for the trail. And I'm going to show you people the trail because my team is working on it. It is alleged that Kissie Jabin, Akurugu, and the rest at the OSP office, they took 2.5 million in bribes. That's why they didn't prosecute any of the OMCs. Even though in his own recommendation, he said the OMCs are supposed to be there, are supposed to be prosecuted. If they opt for plea bargain, we want to know how much they have paid. 2.5 million, it was alleged, or it is alleged, that OSP, Akurugu, and Samedakun, they have taken that money from the OMCs. 36 OMCs that paid 62 million bribes to Mustafa Hamid, Kwamena Emwa, Wendy, and Perry, and Linda. The monies, those OMCs, none of the OMC has been charged. And from my checks, it is alleged, because I'm still waiting for the money trail. My team will get me the money trail. I don't have it. That's why I'm saying alleged. I don't normally use the word alleged. But because I'm chasing a document, I'm chasing some videos, I'm chasing evidence, I'll for now say it is alleged that OMC took 2.5 million. Akurugu knows about it. Sam Davis know about it, and Kisie Jabin knows about it. So the question to the OMC is, why haven't you charged any of the OMCs? Why is Perry out? Why is Linda out? They are deputies. Emwa mentioned their names the same way Emwa never mentioned Dominic's name. Why is Dominic part of the prosecution and these two people out of the prosecution? Now, the 2.5 million isn't all the OMC. So every single OMC paid 2.5 million. 2.5 million times 36. That is why I'm saying it's alleged, because I'm chasing. And the OMCs all know. I started working on this thing not today. I am left with about one document. And I'll prove to Ghana for this allegation that I am stating here. Every single OMC paid 2.5 million. Now we are asking the OMC. We are asking the OSP, why haven't you charged any OMC? Why haven't you charged any of them? Have you gotten money and disclosed the money to us? How much did you get? Or you are still in the process of taking money? Every OMC I mentioned today paid 2.5 million, allegedly. I'm looking for that document. There's a money trail, there's a video trail, there's a conversation trail. Kisie Jabin, I told you about 2 weeks ago, leave that office, avail yourself for investigation, and let us prosecute you. It's simple as that. Kisie Jabin, I told you, step away, tell us to investigate you, and prosecute you. It's as simple as that. You cannot get away with this. So it is alleged that every single OMC paid Kisie Jabin 2.5 million. If Kisie Jabin is saying this allegation I'm putting on him is a lie, tomorrow he should come out and tell Ghanaians, he should explain to us why hasn't he charged any OMC, and why is Perry out of the prosecution, why is Linda out of the prosecution? Because the person, the prime suspect, mentioned their names and mentioned Mustafa Hamid's name. Mustafa Hamid, who admitted that he was paid 1 to 1.5 million, also said that his deputy Perry is the person he reasoned with, he masterminded this collection with. Why didn't you add Perry to the prosecution? Kisie Jabin is lying. I told you. And you see, it is funny. It is funny how people think, say, they can commit crime and get away with it just like that. No, it doesn't work like that with us. Anytime I say, every single document I have placed on this TV tonight are documents from OSP's office himself. His own recommendation. Let me read the recommendation before I move on to the next story. These are the recommendations he made. Ask him, go on his Twitter page. Ask him, is this document fake or true? The recommendations alone. And if he admits that these are the recommendations, the question is, why are the OMCs, none of them charged? Why is Perry Okujato out? Why is Linda not charged? Why is Dominic, who also denied categorically, the same as Linda, being charged and Linda not being charged? Linda is his niece. Perry is his business partner. Kisie Jabin allegedly took 2.5 million from every single OMC, 36 OMCs. That is why he hasn't charged a single OMC in Ghana when it comes to this scandal. The recommendation, based on the evidence gathered and documents available, it is recommended that suspects Jacob Kwabena Emua, Wendy Newman Ishong should be charged with corruption, bribery, use of public office for profit, extortion, and money laundering. So that has been established. Second recommendation. It is recommended that suspects, that is your own recommendation, suspects Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Curtis Perry Kwabla Okujato, Linda Asante, Kamel Haruna, Dominic Abuaje, and Isaac Jaglate should be charged with corruption, bribery, and use of public office for profits. There is no Linda in the in the people who were charged. There is no Okujato. Can you explain to us why they are not part? Because Dominic also categorically denied, the same way Linda denied. But Dominic is still being charged, but Linda is not being charged. 3, the CEO and directors of Kel Logistics, King's Energy and Propnest Limited should be charged with corruption, money laundering, and collaborating with a public officer for the public officer to use his office for profit. It's your own recommendation. Now, the final part of the recommendation, number 4. Or say, it is also recommended that the oil marketing companies who paid to Jacob Komena Imua and Wendy Ishong Newman as bribes and could not provide any tangible, plausible explanation for the money that they paid should be charged with bribery, corruption, and collaborating with a public officer for the public officer to use his office for profit. It is believed that when these OMCs are pushed to the wall, they will opt for plea bargain, and the office may through that succeed in recovering some money for the state. The question to Kissie Jabe is simple. When you sat with the OMCs, because as we speak now, you have not charged any OMC, and I'm guessing you have sat down with them, how much money have you recovered? How much money? And if you have not recovered any money from any OMC, why haven't you charged any of the OMCs? It's a question to you. You are still watching With All Due Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. After this short break, all right, my team is these are the people that he has charged officially. This is the list. Let me put the list on the screen, and then we can move on to the next topic. 36 OMCs. We are waiting for OSP to give us answers on the Oyadie or press conference. So officially, I'll say these are the people he is taking to court to prosecute. These are the people as we speak. Wemo and Odiomako Jina Court. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 people. Odiomako Jina Court. Linda is not part of it, who was the deputy CEO, who was mentioned of taking 500,000 every month. She categorically denied the same way Amwa also categorically denied. But Linda has been let off the hook. Linda is Kissie Jabe's niece. Perry Okujato, who was also the deputy to Mustafa Hamid, has been left off the hook because Perry is a friend to Kissie Jabe's business partner. So he is not here. Mustafa Hamid told us in his own submission that he sat, negotiated, planned, and then orchestrated this scheme with Perry, who is his deputy. As we speak, Perry is not part of the people you are prosecuting. Mustafa's word, you have taken it. The word from Komena Imua against Mustafa Hamid, you are holding on to it that it is true. But Mustafa Hamid's words that he planned it with his deputy to make Komena go out there to steal the money, you don't want to take that word. You, Kissie Jabe, you are not smart. You see, there are so many people in this government, and the reason why they don't like me is that they were thinking, say, the work and go for year, including myself, like in Koto, like Freemind, like other people. And you see, politicians are used to something. They are used to people pampering them. They are used to people not being able to say it in their faces, especially when journalists like myself make people understand that, oh, I like this kind of political party. I like their vision. They are not used to people who support their government telling them in their faces that things are not going well or things are going this way. They don't like it. So it is not normal to them. And I'm going to tell the NDC as a political party to get used to it. That is why I have very limited friends. Because so I cannot do this job. So I have very limited friends. I have small number of people who are my friends, and I am very deliberate. So I'll plead with you, people in government. The president spoke 2 days ago, said, if anybody messes up, whoever you are, if you're an appointee, he's going to make sure you are sacked. And people like us, we are watchdogs. We are looking for people who will try and disgrace the president or derail the government. We will speak on it until the president hears. Me, Jubilee House. Me, I don't direct John Mahama what to do. I don't have the powers to tell anybody in government what to do. But at least I have this mic to let Ghanaians know what is going wrong and what is going right. And my job here is, I don't want embarrassment. Whatever I have supported needs to win. And I have supported the NDC, I have supported John Mahama, I have supported this government, and it needs to deliver. So my principle is simple. I'm a power. I need to stay on you to deliver. As simple as that. And you people should start getting used to it. And the only way you can be, you will like me is to do the right thing. That is the only way you people will like me. Eh? Me, I have time for everybody. Especially appointees now one kind of creno. I just watch you. So I'm a flip here, a dangerous chain BBR. When I flip, nobody in the NDC can stop me. When I flip, say, oh yeah, then I'm sure I'm yedina man can be I'm a flip here. So I'm here that she cannot stop you and stop me. And it's oh yeah, Jumama, a buying way, why Japan say you want to work for this government? Then do the job. Then be diligent in your job. I don't want anybody to embarrass the president. From the Jubilee House to the last person in this government, nobody is above criticism. The president himself told us, or no, himself, he has opened himself up for criticism so many times and he's still opening himself up. So how much more you an appointee? So I want to set the record straight. I am going to check this government. I am going to make sure I protect the president. I protect his interests. I protect his government, his vision. I am going to be resolute. So government way idea, yeah, I will be the first person to blow it for the world to know. I want you people to do good. I will sell it to Ghanaians for you people to keep power for 42 years. So the person who's not power for 42 years, so who be I'll have to tell you people. And that is the principle. That is all. And you people should start getting used to these things. You people should start getting used to it. Your first year is almost over. The second year is not going to be beautiful. The third is not going to be beautiful at all. I know some of you and DC for better now say, oh, Kevin told NPP, I don't give a heck. What I'm focusing on is to protect John Mahama's legacy, his vision, whatever he wants to do. I didn't done it, that is what I'm protecting. And I'll help him to make sure we deliver the one akumim. You people should start getting used to it. Start getting used to it. Anytime I'm now for a to AB. Bibium too much for anytime most journalists in Ghana cannot work. They cannot work because everybody is their friend. They cannot work because they know everybody. They cannot work because they go to everybody's house to eat. They cannot work because they go to every party. They go to every engagement. They are invited everywhere and they go. I have close friends. And I deliberate because I don't want to avail myself for you to tell me, say, Kevin is my friend. I ate with him. I know him. No. That is why I have tried to stay this way. Inti, I beg you, I am a proud card-bearing member of the NPP. But I like the wisdom in John Mahama's head. I like the vision. I like at least the humor and the good heart he has. It does not matter. Yes, he offended his followers. But at a point, they saw say it is the Christ they want. It is not his actions. When Jesus went to the temple, na ochiaba na obunko for temple no, I am very sure say na enye disciples in support no. But what they never forgot was that the da Yesu team akomapa da team, the teachings, and where they were heading was their focus. So they were like, even though Rabbi, we might not like some of the actions, we believe in your vision. John Mahama might not be a perfect person. He might not do things the way you want. But at the end of the day, the vision in his head, the focus is to get Ghana where it's better. And that is what we are looking at. And that is why me, Makache NDC for na wa me wadwene bone o time o mpem asem a wadwene we so obeka me ho asem to make some people have different ideas about me. You are making a mistake because my job here is to keep NDC in power for 42 years, is to support John Mahama, is to make sure nobody embarrasses his government. And then he will go down as one of the best. He will be known as one of the best presidents. We come from, and that is my focus. Let's do job. Let's take care of some business here. And I'm Muslim about them. Mr. Sapon. And I'm my bodam. Mimi Jinemo. Lip gloss no girls no. I mean, we lip gloss we feel that beeswax. Spearmint flavored lip balm. Why feel the mommy? Girls no, I'm fan to so. And so me jujum. Amano, you pay debate. Girls no. Bibi the ye. Girls no, mama me fans kakran so na me de atoa so. Girls no. Muhuni saying, young one to me away TV so still na man for here. I said, I'm say Kevin, why would you know? Hey, Mama Sewa, please send us a message. Mama Sewa, na me pesa me hu ni ukunu. Mama Sewa, please. Girls no be okay. Mama me feedback na me to aso. Girls no. Lip gloss no koso. They say girl kuma say, hey boy we. Hey, you nya ne pa. I said that here enyo bia na benya be man ho fe ne natena. Ebi wo mani bebre benya nre aware normal sa na nyame ahyehye no. On say inti obi wo NPP mu ba wo nyame so be ma anka wo pe but sa na tie nyame mbo na nyem onyema wo ba ne nse kufu ado an so pe na ukojo na NPP in say NPP ni girl say hey boy we yetumi ko Facebook nya ko di na tema nanso ya kume mu no no da wo chi anka be ni anka be da can sorry da ai we ubenya se Kevin ade a chena Kevin da wo gen enso be ni the party nti ai ye ba dem a yetumi tontom boy ye pe no papa asante fomba MB was asante fomba omunya be matenten gram say ahofe sei say ahwebe mani politics party to me can send you enso yakumem apprentice hwe no kono so mo feel me MB fomba I want to speak on this and Mr. Tika ho asem na saying am jaye. I am back to the issue again and it's got to do with the GRA boss Mr. Anthony Sapon. Matna respectfully, I catch Mr. Sapon say he needs to do the right thing. The GRA boss is proving say ampa insema making say he is getting so interested in corruption it is getting to that point that Obia Jidiba. I told Ghanaians the last time and Bettina has said the finance minister, only the GRA boss, they are covering up one custom officer. From the beginning of the year, a letter was sent out to this custom officer to leave, to be transferred to Eye Koforudia. And that custom officer, Nidin Eddie Augustine Edubofo. This GRA boss, we thought he had integrity. We thought to say, Oyenipebia, he was bringing a new face to this Eye office he was going to occupy. Now it is beginning to look like this GRA boss and the finance minister, they have some motive. They say, omu drain the Ghana port. They have intention, say, omu pe a kwine biso, na chrono ne ketashishena, we all fought against. Say, a year your port, your harbors, the Ghana Revenue Authority. And what's the air transparent? You know, this man, Mr. Anthony, Sapon, he is nobody you bet my trust it for now. I gave him all the respect to say, that gentleman called Augustine Edubofo, and we all know Augustine Edubofo as a custom officer. Only this is Augustine Edubofo. This guy, Oba Ghana customs mua, custom officer. Now who wants some allegations of car theft, stolen vehicles from the port. La Bianca issue about this man called Augustine Edubofo was an integral person in that investigations. Go and pick the OSP report. This man is not supposed to come close to the headquarters or the main office of the Ghana Revenue Authority or Customs. And I've said it continuously that the finance minister, Mr. Atoforsen, and the GRA boss, they are the ones who are fueling this guy to come back to the headquarters to do damage to Ghanaians. And it is beginning to look like, say, Mr. Atoforsen, the finance minister, and Mr. Anthony Sapon, the GRA boss, they have employed this guy to be doing a lot of damage. Now, make damage. Akwawe Emra Embobo Krono. Mr. Tika Akwawe Asem. He was moved from Tema Port and they brought him to the headquarters of GRA, gave him a desk without any title. And that was what Mr. Anthony Sapon did. Mr. Anthony Sapon is showing glimpses of somebody who wants to be corrupt forever. We thought to say, oh, the integrity be ebeka GRA. We thought to say, Obano, you were going to change the face of GRA. But it is looking like you and the finance minister, you have come together to make sure, say, the corruption we want to fight at the port, the same people who helped Gabriel Chedakumo, the same people who helped the Ekufuado regime to steal from us, people using a certain strategy to steal from us through the port, using some custom officials. You, the GRA boss, Mr. Anthony Sapon, and Atoforsin, you want that regime to continue. That is why you are protecting this man. This man is not supposed to be at the port. The reason why I make a chum say he's not supposed to be at the port, and I say, why do you transfer this guy to Koforidua and in less than a week you bring him back to Accra? Why? Watina Accra, Watina Port war over 15 to 16 years. You want to tell the other custom officials no more to say, without this Edubofo guy, nobody can work? Is he the only person who has to work in Accra? What is so unique about this guy? You, Mr. Anthony Sapon and Atoforsin, you don't want this guy to be transferred to Koforidua. I am not calling you people to sack him. I am saying transfer him from Accra because you already gave him a transfer letter. Who told you people to bring him back to Accra? The person who instructed you people to instruct this guy to come to Accra, I am telling that person that you too, you Atoforsin and you Anthony Sapon, you guys are the ones who are basically creating or now building or encouraging what Ekufuado did. You are encouraging it because if you are not encouraging it, meaning by this time, what is he still doing in the headquarters? For you, Mr. Anthony Sapon, to even be covering this guy, shielding this guy at the headquarters, without any official title, undercover, it means you, Mr. Anthony Sapon, you cannot be trusted to fight corruption. You, Mr. Anthony Sapon, I personally texted your phone number. Check. I have sent you a text that Mr. Edubofo needs to be kicked out of that place. He needs to go back to Koforidua because Edubofo is not bigger than any custom officer. Edubofo is not bigger. So what is so interesting about Edubofo? You, Anthony Sapon, you cannot let him leave Accra. Or he's doing some job for you at the long room. Or he's at the port soliciting some funds for you and the finance minister. Unless you people want us to believe that. Atoforsin, I know you don't like me and I don't give a heck, but stay away from these kind of things. I will say it. You Atoforsin, with all due respect to you, you are the finance minister. You don't like me. I don't care. When you do a good job, I will tell you you've done a good job. When it comes to the economy, the budget you just read, solid, perfect budget. Everybody's happy about the way you are managing the economy. But this kind of life you want to join, I am telling you, step away. This kind of life, the same life Ofuriata ebo abraba obo iri biniti and Ofuriata onama burucho dumi mafie. And then the Ofuriata adani fugitive. And then the Ofuriata wadani kromfua oni baby te. This is the same thing Ofuriata did. Do not involve yourself in these kinds of things unless you want to be corrupt. I am not saying you are corrupt, but from what I am seeing from this Mr. Anthony Sapon, still keeping Edubofo who has already been transferred. What actually ignited Edubofo's retransfer to Accra? Who in fact was the person on your necks to bring him back? If there was nobody on your necks, Nasamudi no cry, Edubofo will be sent back to Koforidua. Because Edubofo Ghana nyane dia, Edubofo was so much dent on him. We are trying to clean the system, we are trying to reset. And if people think that resetting is going to be only about some people there, then you are getting it wrong. The reset is going to start from you, this government. Because the president has said that he is going to make sure the reset starts from his own government. And we are going to help the president reset reset this nation. I'm not going to sit down, and because I like the ideologies, vision, and the leadership qualities of John Mahama, I won't sit there for people like you to start running the government down. No. Mr. Anthony Sapon, tomorrow I will send you another text. In fact, I am on air. I will send you a text now. Me. Ejuma we am yentina minin namfo no. Ejuma we am yenti. Minin damfo. Anthony Sapon, Let me send you a text. Mr. Sapon. It's Kevin Taylor. I'm live on air. And I want Mr. Augustine before sent back to Koforia. Me ejuma we ti mini namfo sa o. Dabi. Me pen namfo. I am on air. Call him. Ochina by this time, say Anthony Sapon. Say this guy called Edubofo say yen free headquarters and call back to Koforia. I will put your phone number on TV and tell the ordinary Ghanaian, the taxpayer, to call you. And then I'll put the finance minister's number on air. And I'll tell Ghanaians to call you people and question you why this guy, why should we still have this guy lingering around at Tema, at the headquarters of GRA? Why should we still have this guy? Credibility behind this guy, aggrieved customs officer, filed petition for Augustin Dubofo to be probed over corruption thievery at Tema Port. You are still keeping this guy in Accra. Why? Edubofo needs to leave the GRA office. He needs to leave Accra. He needs to go to Koforia. I don't just pick things. I have a reason for saying, if we say we want to protect the Mahama administration, we are going to protect the administration to the core. And Mimaka, it does not matter what you say about John Mahama. Say me echo. Say me chem. Na John Mahama tidaibim. Na John Mahama edim atem kra. I will still protect his government and protect the wisdom in his head. And to me, I don't care how you feel. I don't care your relationship with the president, how close you are to the president. Udin Kwasiasama, I will let you know. And I have said this and I've set the standard. And I have principle I work with. I don't care how close you are to the president. Makacham said, I worship the intelligence, the vision in the president's head. The reason why I put everything on the line to get him here is because I want this man to help Ghana. He cannot do it alone. People like us, we have to help this man to build the nation. He's human. He can get frustrated. He can get angry at a point. But that does not change our focus. Our focus is to help this man deliver. To me, I don't care what you people go to the president or whatever you are sitting to say about me. It doesn't do me anything. I've taken an oath that I will protect this president. I will guide him. I will support him to deliver. And that is what I'm doing. How can you, Mr. Anthony Sapon, be keeping such a man? Dear me, I say, Mama man we transfer letter say Uncle Koforu I'm transfer no. In the 4 days, and I'm sad back cry. You and Ato Forsen, you, Mr. Anthony Sapon, GRA boss, and Ato Forsen, what are you getting from this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? He needs to go back to Koforu, and I am respectfully giving you, Mr. Anthony Sapon, 24 hours. Whoever is watching, whoever is listening and knows the GRA board, that I am giving him 24 hours. The next time I come to speak on this matter, I will put your phone line on TV. I will tell Ghanaians to call you and question you why you are still keeping this guy at Tema Port at the GRA headquarters. It is simple and straightforward. The first person I want to introduce to you. So we are Ghanaian. I was the piano. Oko baby na uhusani pana osho huye pana enie ye freno. Eye Daniel Adomako. Daniel Adomako nkofo friend say Obama Pokuasi. He has been arrested by Ghana Police Service. Menoka say ojina court no or a criminal. He's a criminal or one of those guys Ghana Police Service ekochi na ye check in no na o display eye akodie ewudie sekan etuo bomb. Wachechire ni nyina de akosie say opese odiko dinipe wu ekunipa. This gentleman is a dangerous human being. The government of Ghana is prosecuting this guy. He's actually in court. And the probabilities of a jail are very, very high. The dean edit Daniel Adomako. Nipeni bi Ghana, our friend say Obama Pokuasi. This is him. That is his face. He's a hardened criminal. If you live in any of these West African countries, if you're having any business dealings with him, whether in Europe, America, Asia, whoever you are, be careful about such a gentleman. He has a case with the government. This gentleman sells deadly weapons. Basically, what he does is he buys these illegal weapons, hoard them, comes on social media to display them, that if somebody needs weapons to go kill, go murder, go rob, go do something very evil, he basically availed himself for people to come by from him. The Ghana Police Service, which is led by men with integrity and people who want to protect the integrity and security of this country, democracy of this country, they went in and arrested this criminal. Look at him very well. His name is Daniel Adomako. They call him Sir Obama, a hardened weapon dealer who lives in Ghana. He says he's a lab technician. He's a liar. This is a young man who has been roaming the streets of Ghana, lying to people, selling illegal weapons. He's a criminal who basically operates from everywhere. So what I want to tell you is, anywhere you come across this gentleman called Sir Obama, his real name is Daniel Adomako. The U.S. Embassy, you are watching, the U.K. Embassy, all the embassies in Ghana. This guy, as we speak now, the Ghana government is with him, prosecuting him, the Ghana Police Service, because he is a hardened criminal. So we should take notice of such people. They are dangerous. They can do anything at any time. Thank you. The second criminal we want to talk about is called Prince Ofori. His colleagues who are in the criminal cartel group, they call him Fanti Comedy. This is another criminal who at a point came together with his fellow criminals to plot against the president of the Republic of Ghana. This young man and his colleagues said that they were planning to murder the president and his wife. This young man, a very deep sickle cell, with all due respect to sickle cell patient, this guy is an unhealthy creature who basically is not mentally sound. He behaves in a weird manner. If you live in a house with this guy or you live in a neighborhood with this guy, you need to be very careful. This is a guy who can murder any child, who can murder any elderly person. This is a guy who can kill and laugh about it. He came on social media openly to tell the world that he wants to murder the president and also murder the wife of the president of the Republic of Ghana. These are dangerous characters that we are not supposed to entertain in Ghana. In fact, when this young man was arrested and the laws of the land were applied to make sure this guy is prosecuted, the former vice president of the Republic of Ghana and his wife, Dr. Yandoh Bawumia, and his wife, the slay queen, Samira Bawumia, they actually went into their own account, took out money, and made sure that this gentleman is basically bailed. Now, this man went on radio to tell the whole world that when he was in prison, when he was being held, when he was being kept in jail so that he would not hurt more people or kill other people, the former vice president, Yandoh Bawumia, called him and told him that he's in support of his actions and that if he wants to kill the president and the president's wife, he, Yandoh Bawumia, and his slay queen wife are in support and that they will do everything possible to get them out of jail. And that is on record. So such people, his real name is Prince Ofori, aka Fanti Comedy. These are dangerous individuals. We mu omukunipa. We ni abrantia sebio empempensobi oni ni pebi ebo omutimbetna eye internet so intintan kese e wiase okasa eko bebia no e ka kire wiase nyina se ono ene ne nyonkofo omunya akwanya omubeku president Mahama etwa ne yiriti abrantie we ye fa ne Prince Ofori adwumadi a obedi o internet so a one ne nyonkofo mo ye NPP fo bedi ya na omubo etirimupo so omubeku president of Ghana no eno enema police fo ekoche no a ende oni police fo ewo court a ye di na asem sa one ne timantem na ohuna nadwo se okwa pe bibi sha ohune bo ho ban ebi se nipa we otumi ku nipa waka kire ewiase amanse nyina se ono de nipa kum ayade bi a ope okunipa ema political party abrantie we ebo de trimupo se obeku president Mahama ene ne yire no eye president eye Mahama ne yire omuye muhie omuyie nanso eye former president vice president of Ghana aye freno Yandoh Bawumia one ne yire eye Samere a oye Fulani omubo mutirimupo se abrantie we bedi dwuma na ma omde a ankomo ni beso nti ema Bawumia efra abrantie we ewo cells eka kire de se dwuma di amudi a mo betena internet so se mo beku president Mahama na yire no ono Yandoh Bawumia ene ne yire slay queen Samere de almost so na eye omde se mbrantie we ne mbabawa aka omutirabom so omubeku Mahama na yire na de ema asem no mu eya werem atwa eyem ne se abrantie we ewo jail na Ghana for ye dwinwi ye dwendwene a yenya ayemhyehye a ye kasa se eya dan na mbrantie a omosi so etimodi ne ewudi aba omutirim sa politics na ese ye mbrantie ya na that time na ye kasa no na Mahamudu Bawumia ne yere Samere afre abrantie we ewo telephone so ewo prison cells eka kire omo se omo taa omochi Jumadi ombeso mudi no omudi omahome omudi omusika omudi omunyansa nyina eta omochi na omunkoso no omunye ema Mahamudu Bawumia ne NPP for abrayiwa bia yefro na akosua menu a opese okodi eye MP ewa adenta Mahamudu Bawumia esuma akosua menu ene ne NPP for kofa sika ebeyi abrantie we efri ede jail say omo enipa no so opese oku president a akosua menu mu nyina se omugitum omo pene so nti ade anchi obo akosua menu na hwini se bini no mugina cells wo eye demonstration sankofo we nyina person ba parliament na omobedi Ghana so nipa omoso so ewudie so obi disa kosua menu abayiwa politics ye manu be mu se one eye den one MPP ni pegiri ba de kotwem eye mpena eno owufa mu mpena wo ene mani ba politics mu oba politics mu na osoasoa eye den Rebecca Ekufuado bag enti saa nipa bi sei no omadwene mu pot se akosua menim no yenku obi na sebio ema tumi embra MPP ho enti eno ena ba mehu se sankofo we nipa bi a omo ye ewudifo a ewo se yehwe mu yie na ewudifo no ba akoso enie yefre no abew ya yira abew abayiwa we so no oka eye mranti a omobo omutimu pose omobeku president Mahama ne yire na abayiwa we yese oyawunani na dia ya ehwem wom ne se ono ankasa wagya to motive se wawe ne maame nan e maame no kase ne maame ankasa yetwa ne nan abayiwa we enam Ghana ha ena one eye fanti comedy mu ebo mutimu po internet se ekwan bia ono eye oba te se eye Lodina Mahama no obefa so etwa Lodina Mahama ti ekuno ama na kuma to ne yemefri so eye MPP ni no saa de we na abayiwa we dinam ne nufu te se kenten ne ho nyenyenyan kankan se condensed milk otna internet so ekeka nsam ema Ghana police ekoche na ende me no ka sei ogina court a oyi ne ho ano na onyankopon pebone abrayiwa we de eden obekom na oni agrada akobo so ewo eye Ghana jail na de abrayiwa we eye nyina ne se oka kire MPP for se ono de so omo pese omo ku Mahama anase omo ku ne yire a omo mfanfa ne so ekwan bia so obefa so bia obeben eye Lodina Mahama we twa de ti se she obeye enti abayiwa we police for ekofa no se dwumadie ene nsama waka no omra court na ombeyi ne ho ano abayiwa we yefra no yaayira abew ono so ye wudini a one ne timantem a oso hwe ne ye embema na moye medi meye mefa no we ne hu bondie one ne kasa enche no odi wechi enso ye wudini wanhwa a weni nte na wo sikan afa osika enti monhwe mo hu ye mombema na medi wo mo so we de mehia ne nufu do so sepreko we de ne nutu tetrebedo monhwe entum hofo ya friend yaayira abew ono so eka ewudifo a ende omugina court a omo ene aban edi